Hello, everybody. Welcome back. What? How did we mess it up? I already dropped an F-bomb, by the way. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. All right, Spoon's mumbling apparently in silence. So hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a weird and interesting week in some ways.
All of the F slurs.
Yes, all of them.
I'll invent new ones.
Oh, Michael the Dober Dad has been a member for 24 months. Says, "Behold my 2 years of simping milestone." Thank you, man. And hell yeah, we are joined, by the way, tonight by Newsfist. Is this your third or so time on? I think. Yeah, you've been on a couple of times before.
I have. Thank you so much for the invite. It's always a pleasure. Hello, chat. I think it's like the third time or something. Yeah. It's great. How you doing, Aiden? You good?
Good. We were talking a little bit before the stream. I've been watching some of the show that. What's the name of the show that you do with Rhetorically Defective?
Artie and Fist. It's on Friday nights at 11 p.m. GMT. It's fun. We mainly take the piss out of James Lindsay and sort of culture war stuff. I mean,
doing God's work.
He's a never-ending fountain of content.
He is the
really
never-ending lolcow. I keep waiting for it to sort of taper off.
Drop.
At which point we can be like, all right, okay, it's done. But it flows endlessly. Like it's amazing, But yeah, we're getting good numbers on that. Check it out, chat. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, if you can send me the link actually, or to whatever you want me to link out for the chat, I'll make sure to post that.
Yes, I will send a link here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because I was listening to a string clip you guys just recently, just taking the piss out of James Lindsay, who I don't even know, but the font never ends there, in terms of the depths of that insanity.
God damn, Dolly Parton.
The best thing about him is that he's actually like the worst sort of thing that the left could have at the moment. So his last big thing was he was like reading Mein Kampf and Hitler's thing about immigration, right? And he just basically manages to make Mustache Man sound very reasonable. He's like a reverse Midas. Like everything he just tries to use that sort of thing of oh yes, this may sound reasonable, but my World War II, my Mustache Man, and because that whole gambit is kind of losing steam, it's sort of having the opposite effect now, which is
Aiden, look at this.
Not
speaking of
no one wants to be. Oh my God. No one wants to be affiliated with, at this point, someone who's just shouting Nazi, Nazi, Nazi because it's so overplayed, and it ends up. Yeah. James Lindsay swoops in at the last minute to make things worse for the left. Yeah, here's an example tweet that Spoon's on. How do you do, fellow conservatives?
By the way, you know that is AA.
Why would he give AA an America First hat?
Oh, look, he's got this weird.
This
is the weird thing about Lindsay, right?
He's obsessed with people like AA, and obviously Warren McIntyre, he who must not be named.
If that is your real name, he's basically a reverse Jaceberg. It's so weird. He is literally like the people on the right who blame everything on the Jays and like my spoons have gone missing, blah blah blah. But instead, they is this amorphous woke right network that is all being funded by Qatar or China. It kind of varies. It's very, very strange. I guess the lesson is that no one can get away.
One sec, sorry, I just realized that the screen wasn't up. Sorry, just I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just realized that I didn't have the picture up. Sorry, continue. I'm so sorry.
I'll say this: if you think you get funding from Qatar anytime soon, I know I'm not getting any. I really would like some. But as someone whose granddad used to sell arms to the fuckers, they sure aren't. They're pretty tight with their fucking money. They're not just throwing money willy-nilly around the right wing.
I got accused of being funded by Russia for the first time. I'm so honored.
So you made it. You're in the big leagues now.
It's like, you're getting funded by Russia and the tech bros. I'm like, wait.
Yes, I am. Putin pays me personally.
To quote my friend Zalmez, who is constantly accused of being some kind of like government, like psyop funded extremist, like, where's my fucking Daniel defense rifle as a freebie? Where's my free firearms? God damn it.
I do get paid in Blyat coin. which is pretty cool.
There's a link to the stream. James Lindsay will make you love Hitler to check out, at your leisure. Well, the one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit, my week has been very busy. I dropped my video on sex ratios at birth. It didn't do so well at first, and I was feeling pretty bummed out about it, but I think that the people who needed to see it have either seen it or are aware of it at this point, so that makes me happy. And it just so happened that this actually happened in July, but this was making the rounds today, or yesterday and today, all over Twitter, which is that this is a new study that finds almost certainly points to human intervention, migrant mothers giving birth to more boys than girls. And that's because they are engaging in sex-selective abortion. So they are killing their female children, which was one of the main focuses of the video I just did. So it's an interesting sort of coincidence there. And then even though I was feeling a little bit bummed out that the video was not doing as well as I was hoping, I probably set my expectations too high.
Welcome to the aftermath of Aiden posting a video. She's gonna have a bit of a cry for a couple of days because she thinks it's not doing well enough.
Could you summarize for the peanut gallery and for those of us who got a little bit too busy and
me.
Couldn't finish the video, like what exactly is your primary hypothesis? It's that more boys are being born, and this is because of hard times. I'm probably mangling it. Could you give us a summary?
Yeah. So the Trivers-Willard hypothesis, and I'll bring up a picture that helps to show it here in a second. The Trivers-Willard hypothesis
You discussed it with Dutton.
I DM'd Dutton about it, but we haven't done a stream. I did a stream on my channel on the weekend about it, but the Trivers-Willard hypothesis basically postulates that there's all of these factors that actually make carrying a male to term more difficult, maybe more resource intensive. And also that, just in general, males are less likely to be able to reproduce than are females. So because of this, when times are tough and resources are limited, a woman's body will self-abort a male over a female, and the baby will die in utero because of this sort of process of natural selection when there's not enough resources. But when times are good and there's plenty of resources, the body doesn't need to engage in that. And human beings overproduce males at conception. By a significant amount, depending on the source that you're looking at for in vitro fertilization or intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Humans overproduce males by somewhere between like a ratio at conception of about like 117 to 150 at the upper limits of that effect. So that means 117 to 150 males are produced versus 100 females. 100 females, 117 to 150 males at conception. So a lot of those males die. Again, from the moment of conception, men have it rougher. And so, again, that's the basic premise of Trivers-Willard, is that when times are good, you have more males naturally. When times are bad, you have fewer males naturally because they require more resources and they're less likely to reproduce. So if you have a culture, a country that all of a sudden, or over a period of a long time, either one stops overproducing males, then something very wrong is happening in that country because it indicates essentially hard times. So can I bring this up here? So this is probably, and these are data that I had to conduct myself. A lot of the analysis in that video was my own. This was the weighted analysis that I did for the sex ratios at birth in the UK, which are the most disconcerting of the ones I looked at. In the US and in Australia and Canada, they're getting this bad, but they're nowhere near as bad as they are in the UK. It was the most extreme and clear example. So the bright blue one here, that's the white British sex ratio at birth. And as you can see, it is below the mean. And what this is also fighting against is a genetic proclivity. It's RS144, et cetera, this allele, or this chromosome on allele, ADAMTS. Oh no, it's the ADAMTS14 gene. And this is allele A and it's RS144 something. And what that does is that it's only present in 25% of people in the British Islands. And if you have this allele, which British people do not, white British people do not, then it's related to a 19% overproduction of females. So this means that this is fighting against genetics, and it's fighting against what we are told is a prosperous society where you would think that if things are good for white British people, their SRB should be above this mean line, the 0 there in the center. But it's not. It's under it. So instead, the birth rates, and I don't just mean like the pure number of children born, the number of males born is being pushed up so as to artificially make it look like the country is prosperous from a sex ratio perspective because of Indians. And if you see Indians and white other, which are that's Arabs, just to be clear, and to a lesser extent Chinese, only because there's so many fewer of them than there are comparative to Indians and Arabs. So in other words, what this means is that demonstrably, in a way that is untouchable by things like GDP, that is untouchable by all of the normal metrics that we measure the health of a society, things are really bad for white British people. And in some of the most white and British areas of the UK, like the Isle of Walney, which I looked at specifically, as well as the areas with the, look, all the places in England and Wales that have the lowest SRBs are also very highly white and British. Whereas if you go look at places like the area with the highest sex ratio at birth is the City of London, which has an SRB of 150, 150 males to 100 females, when the average is 105. That is Asians, specifically, and Arabs, killing their female daughters, on top of the natural increase in SRB that you get from moving to a more prosperous place. So, in other words, I really, really wanted to get these data out here because they were harrowing. And, yeah, that's why I wanted people to see the video more than
Basically, a bunch
anything.
of dysgenic foreign fuckers moved to a different country, and because there's better conditions from the shithole that they left, they massively overproduced males.
Mutant
Yes.
ones at that. Ones that would have been aborted naturally.
If you follow Trevor's Willard and believe, because that also says, like, well, these males are fragile, that they're not, like, the strongest, toughest men who would be most likely to reproduce, so that's why they get cold in utero. But and if so, that part of the hypothesis is the hypothesis part. That it happens is unquestionable. So anyway, I was feeling a little bummed, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. And then I decided I was going to go look into terrorism and essentially like violence data since the shooting of Charlie Kirk, and the leftist response to it.
So, Aiden,
And,
just a question: if this means that the more prosperous the society, all things being equal, and the society isn't killing their daughters, you get more males. Do you think this could be a mechanism for explaining the rise of homosexuality in decadent and prosperous societies?
It could absolutely be, because you'd have excess males.
Yeah,
So
right.
you would have men who wouldn't have a female equivalent, right, in society. And I didn't look at any data on homosexuality, but there are plenty of real world natural experiments that happened. The transatlantic slave trade, for example, massively depleted the number of men. The Rwandan genocide massively depleted the number of men. The establishment of the country Australia was a natural experiment in sex ratio skewing, because you had so many men and so few women. And so today, in Australia, if you look at areas of like, specifically New South Wales, where there were fewer women, area by area, 150 years ago, today, women in that same area spend fewer hours working per week, and they spend fewer hour time spent with taking care of their children. So they're just, like, lazier, essentially. And just an example of the long-term effects of this.
Can confirm generalization about Australian women.
But that would be why. So I was going to look into terrorism. Well, no, specifically, it was that. But I came across, now what I'm doing this week is I came across I got access to the Global Terrorism Database and the PURIS database, which is like persons of interest by the US government. So I have two databases that I've been going through that have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of data points in them. So I've had a fun time doing that. Anyway, that's been my week. So I just wanted to, talk about the SRB stuff. If you've not seen video, go see video. I'll post a link to that as well at some point later. I want to leave a Newsfist channel up for a bit. But anywho, that was my crap. Did you do anything interesting, Spoon, this week? Actually, you've been covering the Mike Israel stuff, right? So let's go into that. Or I know you've been. And are you and Harry streaming about this tomorrow, Spoon?
All right, if I can get a time from Harry, yeah.
So it should be cool, yeah.
Yeah, so this has been interesting, the story. I don't usually dip my toe into this, but because I can't stand this guy, and to see him get absolutely shredded, it was really, really funny. Because I saw this on my timeline, and I went, holy shit, this is interesting. And I messaged Harry, and I went, Harry, have you seen this? And he went, oh, it's on my list to watch later. I went, really? Like, oh, fuck, yes, let's watch it. And Mike Israel, first of all, he's 5'5" and Jewish, which makes the entire story so much funnier.
Israel, a Jewish name, you say?
Yeah, I know, right? It's a fucking shocker. But he he's the head honcho of a channel called Renaissance Periodization, something like that. I don't follow the guy because I find him fucking irritating. He basically he's a doctor, so called, and he's the kind of person that flexes his PhD at
Well,
every
he's a
single
PhD.
fucking chance he gets. Yes, apparently.
And it is a. What is the? Do you know what the thesis is in? Like, it's exercise science or something like that, though.
Yeah, it's literally there, written in front of you.
Oh, does it say?
Yes, the interrelationships of
credentials.
fitness characteristics in Division One athletes.
That's the thesis. That's a dissertation. I don't know what the field
Oh,
is, but whatever.
Oh, hold on a second.
He's not a medical doctor. Was my point.
No. Fuck's sake, it's the wrong one.
Sports physiology.
Thank you, Phil.
Wants to try sports fucking physiognomy, the fucking ugly cunt.
It was called.
He does have a very Untermensch look about him, you know.
It says in partial fulfillment of the requirements for the degree, Doctor of Philosophy in Sports Physiology and Performance. That's philosophy. It's quite a strange title when it comes to this shit.
No.
Okay.
A PhD is a doctor of philosophy, no matter what,
It's
unless
kind
it's
of
medical or whatever.
Strange thing. To me, it's just a really weird title to say out loud. But
It's always so if I had finished my PhD, it would have been a doctor of philosophy of communications studies, you know.
Bizarre. But he's basically he flexes this every single fucking time he does a video by saying, "Oh look, I'm doctor is fuck off." A guy by the name of Solomon Nelson got a hold of the dissertation and basically spent an hour fucking shredding the shit out of it. To the point where the main joke was now is that it was so poor and badly written with so many fucking errors that Solomon spent more time debunking it than fucking Israel did writing it. Israel, rather. And it's gone massively fucking viral because this, if you basically flex that thing at every single fucking chance you get and someone takes a hammer to it, it starts to maybe question, like, well, really, how valuable is this thing and how much credibility does it actually afford you? If it's especially shit, one, and two, it doesn't speak well of the university that if it's so fucking bad, how the hell did it get you a PhD?
No, and the thing is, East Tennessee State University has locked down the dissertation, so if you hadn't already downloaded it, which I did not, you can no longer download it. So I'm hoping Solomon Nelson or whoever else makes it available, because it's very curious that the university has prevented people, it is preventing people now from accessing the dissertation.
Yeah.
Because I sure would like to look through it.
Yeah, so so what had happened was immediately after this thing broke out, hold on, because I have some files here. So the first thing he wrote was that YouTuber Solomon Nelson made a critique video of my official posted dissertation. The dissertation was 1/3 of my PhD, classwork and athlete coaching being the 2/3 combined.
That's for everybody.
So so this was a big deal. Two, I had no intention of responding to it because A, I wasn't going to doubt that my 12-year-old dissertation had plenty of errors, that had more than plenty of errors.
That's
it was
kind of crazy thing to say too, is that, it's just admission straight out the gate that my dissertation is riddled with errors.
Yeah, quite bizarre. Sounded on brand for me. Says the guy with the 160 IQ making tons of fucking mistakes. Okay, it's really strange. Yes, he actually boasted his IQ is higher than 160. Fuck off. Solomon has a long history of making hate content about me, and I almost never respond to bad faith critiques. I've made plenty of those myself, and I don't expect folks to respond to me. As Coach Greg says, it's all WWE. Now, I have watched several hours of Solomon talking about Israel. At no point does he make bad faith critiques. He literally just says, this is what they just listen to what Mike says and just says, well, this is clearly bullshit. Like his conversation.
I looked at some of the data he presented, and it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I have no idea how that got past the dissertation committee. Like the
some of the
things
numbers,
that he stated in that regarding the standard deviations was
fucking insane,
legitimately incomprehensible.
Yeah, one of the things he said about the standard deviation with regards to the weight of certain people in a study group was anywhere between 72 kilos, and then the standard deviations was something like 71.4, which means you had
the
people...
thing is that, within one standard deviation would have had people who weigh everything from, what was it, like 7 pounds to like 170 or something like that.
Yeah,
Within
basically
one
people who
standard
weigh as much as a
deviation?
chihuahua to morbidly obese.
Which, first of all, are not
is
real
not
numbers,
possible.
obviously. Not only is it not possible, that means that if you go 2 standard deviations, you have people who weigh negative, presumably. That's like that. I couldn't believe the maths errors there.
You
that
have ghosts
anyone
and
could
basically
look at that.
rhinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of today, I also found a massive maths error in an article published in Nature, one of the most premier journals. And I found a massive fucking error. I can actually show you here. It was they were trying to show essentially that and here's the other important chart, yeah. That online conservatives are way meaner and crueler than lefties on Twitter. So you can see here. Was this the right one? Yeah, was this the right one? No, it's this one. Sorry.
Who are we more prejudiced towards?
Well, so you can see that the lefties, they are more likely to use obscenity, but the conservatives, they're more hate. Now, these are very, very small. I mean, the threat's kind of big, but hatred, very small. Name calling. So if it's a positive number, it means it leans conservative. However, I took a look at this.
I'm curious
Yeah.
as to that last thing. Negative prejudice.
Because you
Does
can have a
that-
positive prejudice towards
I was
your
about to
in-group.
say.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't consider that prejudice. That's just favoritism.
It is a prejudice because you are prejudiced towards or prejudiced
It's prejudgment.
against. Yes.
Yes.
The problem with this is these people, because it's Nature, uploaded their entire data set. So I went through their entire data set, and what I found was it's because their distribution looks like this. They didn't poll anybody who was far left or even moderately left. They only polled center left and like centrists for the left, and then polled a bunch of people on the far right. Gee, I
Right,
wonder
so-
why
so-
you got this strange distribution, this strange score.
So their scale on the right goes all the way to 5, and their scale
Yes.
on the left only
What-
goes to
above
goes
4,
to 3.
yeah.
Fascinating behavior.
It doesn't even go to 3. It barely goes to 2.
So-
And yeah, so it's
so basically
this is
the-
published in
the-
the premier, one of the most premier journals in scientific publishing.
So
Nature.
the far right is as supposedly radical as center lefties.
That is actually what this means. The far right is very slightly more hateful, threatening, name calling, and using more slightly more stereotypes, and have slightly more of a negative prejudice. And these are small differences. Then the center left is what this actually means.
That's
Right,
quite
we-
insane.
We did step our game up.
Yeah, we do.
Nature as a journal has been trashed since COVID.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if anyone
Oh yeah.
remembers like all the horrible fuckery that Nature was involved in with COVID. They're just like, yeah, we'll just didn't they publish the proximal origins paper? Was that Nature?
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah. So don't you know COVID came from like a pangolin that brushed up against a bat like somewhere in a Chinese food market? Don't you know? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say something about this? Because this story got really, really funny once this ship
Yeah,
broke
the Israel
out.
toe thing. Sorry,
Right,
I just wanted
right.
to point out something else I found
Yeah.
about science that annoyed the shit out of me.
So, as is the case with anyone that has a platform of YouTube that big, is you will have an endless amount of basically ball sack ass licking. Who
Sims.
will lick essentially Sims who will lick your sack no matter what the fucking hell you do. And instead of talking about this on his own channel, he went on to a guy called Milo Wolf. I don't really give a flying fuck. And basically, he said that the dissertation that Solomon got his hands on was not the final draft. Now, considering he got it from the university, how the fuck does
right.
that make any sense?
And why
so,
would they have published an early draft?
Yeah, that's the other thing. And so when they looked at the draft, because Milo claimed that he had the official one, and people noticed the date on the so-called official one that Milo had was from March of I think 2012 or 2013 and the one that Solomon reviewed
Yeah,
is from
right.
August.
Yes, right.
So the
So
question
in
was,
other
how,
words,
how do
Solomon
you,
had a
how
more
do,
recent version of the document than what
Yes.
than
then with the one that,
the
that
other
Milo
one,
claimed he
yeah.
had. Yes.
yeah.
And
So he does apparently have the finished document,
yes.
or at least a more revised
A more up-to-date
version.
one, yes.
Yeah.
And then people looked at the so-called newest file that Milo had, and people noticed that it was edited recently and stapled together. And the owner of the file is some fucking digital marketing agency run by some Argentinian dude.
Oh, that's
people
not
like-
uncommon.
Yeah, so people were like, how the fucking hell, why does like some fucking ad agency or marketing agency have your PhD dissertation? Like, what the hell is going on? And
That's
then
not
Mike,
totally atypical though, because people essentially sell their dissertations if they've not published anything else to try and get it put in a book or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, but it's different from the one that the university has. That's a bit that's weird.
Right. That yes. That
Oh,
is
that's the
weird part.
claim that was made. And then, apparently, because I think too many people realize this doesn't make any fucking sense. There's some fish in the
Yeah.
water here. What the fuck is going on? And then then Mike came out and just said, "Oh, that actually was the final dissertation." And so people went,
Right.
"Why the fuck did you have this edited one? Where the fucking hell did Milo get this one? Why the hell did you go on to his fucking show? And why did he tell everyone? Why was he running defense for you? And why did you lie to him? If you fucking knew." Because he basically just says that, "Oh, well, I didn't do my due diligence because I didn't know that this was the final draft." And I'm like, because it was 12 years ago. I'm like, so you're just a massive amount of negligence, and you threw your so-called friend on the bus after he stuck his neck out for you. You're kind of a jackass. Is the point?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, he says it. So he says 3 here. Milo Wolf reached out to have me on a response video on his channel and asked me to send over my dissertation. I think you did that, by the way, not to put it on your own fucking channel. I sent him multiple files
Do you have
because
the post so I can put them on screen? By the way.
I have it in files.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can send
Don't
it
worry
to
about
you.
it. No, it's probably fine. Just you're cool to read it, I'm sure. I've got the
Yeah, it's-
article up on the screen anyway.
Yeah, it says, I sent him multiple files because I legitimately didn't know which one was the right file after 12 years. Why do you have multiple files of your dissertation from 12 years ago? That's fucking weird. And why do you not know? Why did you just go to the latest
that he doesn't
edited one
know
and
is
send him
weird.
that?
Yeah.
This just does not add up. I told Milo that I wasn't sure which one the file was. Well, you could check the most recently edited one, you fucking moron.
You'd think so.
Yes, upon looking over the files, Milo found one that he suspected due to very different formatting, longer page length, and track corrections. Why not the most recently edited one, you twat? Yeah. Was actually the closer one to the final version of the dissertation. He included that file in our video response and linked it as well, with my permission. I was on that video, and we both claimed that Solomon was, through no fault of my own, likely critiquing a less than updated dissertation. 5. I did not double check to see how the files compared with Milo before posting them. This is 100% on me and me alone. See, this is just like utter incompetence. This was
Yeah.
in no way part deception,
This is
just lazy.
bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
this is a heap of BS.
yes, and in every part, pure negligence by me, big mistake, very sloppy. Sloppy Seconds Mike is actually an old high school nickname of mine, ironically. No, it fucking isn't. A few days later, I dove into the files and realized the version of the dissertation Milo posted was actually an even older version than the one Solomon critiqued. Yeah, no fucking shit. People told you that because they noticed the dates were 5 fucking months apart. The file used in Milo's response video was not only an older version, but was way different formatting and content than the official dissertation that Solomon reviewed. Because I had zero intent of obfuscating the truth, I asked Milo to amend and correct his video description, which he did, and I posted the clarification on my Instagram. This is where it gets really weird. Just this morning, my doctoral advisor sent me the latest version of my committee review dissertation from 2013 that he was able to find in his email. Mysteriously,
Yeah, right.
that you have it, that you need it now. And secondly, why the fuck was that one not the one that Solomon had in the fucking first place?
Why was that not the one that the university had?
Yes. That's because that's where it
fuck-
got
Make
from.
any sense? Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. This fucking walking bollock is trying to errata his own fucking PhD so as to fucking deflect from the fact it's absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Yes. And the thing
I
is
mean,
just so
again,
weird.
Like that standard
is-
deviation stuff is insane.
the thing that I just
I
don't
don't even
understand
know how.
is
Yeah.
instead of doing all of this bullshit work the fuck up, he could have avoided all of this by just looking at the original dissertation and going, yeah, there's a bunch of things wrong here, and that would have been the end of it. But now because he does this kind of fucking shit, now everyone's like, what the fuck else are you hiding? I think the
Right.
reason why he did that is
Exactly.
because because once it came out that he said that this is not the final dissertation, it made the university look bad. Because then the university went like, well, what
Yes.
fucking file do
That's why
we
the
have?
university, I think, pulled it. Yep.
Yes, and we're like, no, actually, that is the final one. And basically, I think the university might have called him and said, listen, you fucking jackass, that is not the final version that you have in your hands. The one that was actually reviewed by Solomon is the final fucking one, and you look like a twat. And also, how the fucking hell did we have staff this incompetent that let this fucking thing get a PhD?
Yeah.
So the whole thing is just a massive shit show. But I want to go through all of this shit because A, it's really funny. And also it shows
It
that
is
the
funny.
entire concept of PhDs and the university apparatus is a fucking broken joke.
I could tell
I
you
want
that.
to go through some of the other things that he has said because I looked through how he exercises. He can't exercise for shit. He is on so many drugs. He was
He's
running
clearly roided out or
up
on
to his
something,
up his
I don't know.
skills. Yeah, he was on 4 things. He
Well-
was on testosterone, Masteron, Tren, and Anavar, which are all anabolic steroids. How the fuck you're running 4 doses of that shit and still keeping your eyeballs in your face?
Yeah.
Is
What the fuck?
insane.
Don't you have to use like
How does the
cycles of
heart
all of those
explode?
things individually?
Yes.
Like, let alone together.
Yeah, I
Trend
remember.
you got to be really fucking careful with, otherwise it will just fucking detonate your
Well,
heart.
he's got a big roid gut too, and then you guys are talking about this that he's had a essentially a waist trainer installed surgically in his body, so he doesn't have the big roid
Yeah.
gut.
Well, that's something that he wants to do. Because here's the
Oh,
thing.
he hasn't done it yet.
He
Okay.
he admitted when he was younger, he ballooned at about 5'5" at fucking best. He ballooned up to
Yeah.
like 265 pounds, which is morbidly
Yeah, I don't
fucking
think-
obese.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 160 is not his IQ; it's fucking height in centimeters.
What
Yeah.
5'5". He is quite
Yeah,
short.
they-
Like
yeah.
his feet can't reach the end of the, the
Yes,
equipment.
and he's trained. Well, he's tried to compete in bodybuilding to get a pro card for 10 fucking years. He's pushing 42 years old. He's not going to get a pro card because he's too fucking
No.
old. That's just the reality of
Yeah.
how bodybuilding works. And
All,
also,
all this to look like his in his day-to-day work, he shouts, "It's the bat!" and then runs away.
yeah.
Dude looks like he works for the Penguin.
Flannel McManel asked, didn't this guy say that intelligent people don't believe in God and then used a bunch of Jewish people as examples of intellectual atheists? I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised.
Yeah, he. What is quite funny is that he advocates for race realism, which is quite unusual. I imagine it's for his own people.
Pick
Yeah,
a side?
right,
Question
right.
mark.
But yeah, it's quite a strange thing. But yeah, he is on a hell of a cocktail of steroids, and I've seen him train. Oh my god, watching him train is fucking hilarious, because there is no way in fucking hell. First of all, this guy says that he trains hard. Now, as someone who actually knows what training to failure fucking looks like, I can just. Do you want to see a video on this? Because this is really fucking funny. There's a video of him training
What-
to failure.
what
I
Yeah.
say training to failure. Okay, oh god. This video
while
is
you're looking for
fucking
that,
funny as shit. Here you
I'll
go.
read these super chats real quick. Rap Bartholomew Cheesington for 5 says, Ian and Anissa are the closest thing we will get to the Drakari dating a guardsman. Testicles obliterated. Identity stripped. Homunculus is what
No, because
remains.
Dracaria are hot.
Yeah.
No, this is just a squig farmer, really. To be really fucking honest with you. Now, the one
There
I
you go.
described, what I discovered is it's basically if you want to see the future of those two retards, if they somehow stay together, watch Keeping Up Appearances and squint.
Oh my god. Lamented Guide just sent 10 and sent a superhero pear emoji guy flying through the air. Thank you, Lamented. Ardent for 2 says, I hope Sam put a shock collar on Hassan in real life. Yeah, me too. Or in the ring. No, in Los Angeles at his house. Sephirus for 10 says, good morning, gentlemen, and Aiden. Holy hell, that is a cocktail of roids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
At that point, you could just at that
does,
point, like his nuts basically would have just rotted off. Like nothing, none of his endocrine organs even function at this point.
Whoa.
Yeah, no,
Wouldn't
put the
that-
sound on
that
because it's
cocktail-
funny. It's
yeah.
really funny.
Wouldn't that cocktail basically turn you into a complete psycho as well?
No, put the sound
Yeah.
on because him screaming
Oh.
is really fucking funny.
Oh, okay. Okay.
you in that much fucking gear and your fucking calf muscles so fucking little?
Okay. So two things to address.
The bloke looks like he was assembled from a butcher's table.
Yeah,
But not
okay,
a very
so,
good one.
So a couple of things with regards to that. Calf muscles is genetic.
Where?
You either have calf muscles or you don't. Like your insertion
Looks like he
points
doesn't
for
have
for your gastrocnemius
yeah.
muscle, because I happen to know my way around the shit, is that if you have
He knows
high
his way around a
calves,
calf.
yes, I do. If you have high calves, I'm going to ignore this because I'm trying to be serious here. If you have high calves, there's nothing you can do to train them. Like you either have, it's like peaky biceps. You either have long head or short head and peaky, or long and valley. Like that's just genetic roll of the dice. You have it or you fucking don't. Far as training to failure goes, here's the thing. Just by the way he's smacking that fucking thing at the bottom, tells me it's either too light, because he's smacking it like that, and he's not controlling the fucking weight, or it's too heavy and he's grunting with every single fucking thing and he can't control it effectively. But no one who's actually...
Wow.
No one is... Yeah, if someone showed me that training video and I had no idea who the fuck that guy is, I would think that's like some shit you do in Planet Fitness to set off the lunk alarm.
Yes. Yes.
Because it looks like a skit. No one who actually trains seriously would ever fucking do that. It makes you sound like a fucking spastic twat.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. If you
Yeah.
train to actual failure, right?
I love that it's called train to failure.
Yeah, because
that-
train to failure, it means you can't complete like the last rep. So what that would look like is your first like 5 or 6 reps. Say you were doing 10 reps to failure. Your like first 5 to 6 reps will look fairly normal as far as the cadence of lifting and lowering the bar, or like lowering your legs as far as that goes. But by this, like the 6th or 7th rep, it gets will get really, really lower. And by the you reach the 9th rep, you're fucked. The 10th rep, you will be pulling faces and screaming, and your teeth will be gritting, and you will just do that automatically. Like I can guarantee you, if you tell someone train to failure, don't pull your face with a gun to your head, you still fucking will. It just happens. Ask anyone who's trained out the all failure. That's just what your face looks like. You can't help it. It's just like that's your knackered level of fucked. No one who trains to failure screams like a fucking roided monkey like that jackass. No one. That's not real. That's a fucking comedy skit. Why you would show that to people, fuck only knows.
I don't know. But you, provided you can get it sorted, you and Harry are planning to stream about this tomorrow, maybe? On your channel, you think, or
so
somewhere
we're
else?
gonna have like a scientific workout thing tomorrow, which should be fun because I know Harry likes to train with volume and I like to train with intensity. So I'm hoping we're gonna come to
Harry
blows on.
Robinson,
Yes.
it's
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Harry Robinson from Lotus Eaters is
Yeah.
the Harry in question.
He wants me over here. I own a big rock that I lift occasionally like I'm not bothered and actually remember to.
Michael the Dober Dad for 5 says, I'm a long-time mountain biker. I go hiking every day. I wouldn't have huge calves if my life was all about pushing them to the limit all the time.
Yeah, there you go.
Gary Thomas for 5 says, hey all, speaking of high IQ people and religion, Yunhong Kim from South Korea has the world's highest IQ at 276, and he's a devout Catholic. God damn. I don't even know.
God, he must be
at that
autistic
point,
as
I don't even know what you-
shit.
Yeah, I mean,
How do you even communicate with people when you have that high an IQ?
I don't know. Basically, though, from what a lot of what I got from that guy is that he's fat because he's roided out and he has fat logic, which is what that dissertation sounded like to me. It was a lot of fucking fat logic.
I think the reason. Okay, so
it reminded me of fat logic stuff. Some of the shit he was saying.
So one of the guys, is Lyle McDonald. He apparently knew Mike at some point, and I don't know what the fucking hell Lyle did to piss him off. Maybe just critiqued him because he takes shit. But he looked at. He basically gauged why Mike is the way that he is, because he clearly has bigorexia. Like he has deep psychological problems.
Yes.
And
Right, that's what reminded me of it. Is that part?
yes, and I was watching some of the massive channel, like 5 million subs he was on. I think it's like something, the mind of a CEO or something like that, some big channel like that. And I was looking at the video segment titles, and one of them was him being bullied and his reaction to it. And I went, that's the fucking reason. Because he said when he was younger and when he got bullied in school, like that moment of being bullied and not being in control, he just like paused for a moment and went, I'm never getting bullied again. Like, then the guy asked him, why were you bullied? And he just stared off into space for like 5 seconds and went, no reason. I went, you're 5'5" at 40 fucking years old. I can take a guess why you were fucking bullied, dude. And seeing as you can't fucking get taller, you can get wider. That's the fucking reason you were on roid. It's because to this fucking day, you're still a scared little boy. That's the fucking reason. It's bloody obvious to anyone. Like, he even says...
Short
he
man
even says
syndrome.
that...
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
He even said at one point, he says that getting jacked and big fixes something inside of you. I'm like, dude, ask anyone who gets jacked and big for that fucking reason. They don't reach peaking. They are constantly chasing size to the detriment of their fucking health. Like, fucking stop. I've seen this repeatedly with people. Like, you're full of shit if you think you're gonna reach an apex and then just go down. No fucking way.
I don't know. It seems like he doesn't really have any understanding of the actual science behind this, both from looking at his, from what I've seen of his dissertation and in general. But like I said, he's got fat logic and thinks all this stuff is fucking wizardry.
One thing that is
some
absolutely
shit.
fucking hilarious, right? As people were asking him why he can't be coached, because every time that he's tried to do a bodybuilding test, he's always too fat. Every time, like he can't lean out, and he thinks it's because he was fat at one point instead of just being a lazy shithead, which is the reality. And he said one of the problems of being coached, and he literally says, he goes, I'm smarter than maybe every coach ever. Like, he literally says this in that same fucking cadence, right? And he says, literally he says this. And at one point he says, the cadence is, or he says that the problem with being so smart and blasting so many steroids is that he is very, very disagreeable. And he gets some kind of maniacal pleasure out of being disagreeable with the fucking coaches he's paying to get him into shape. Because if he doesn't understand or agree with them, he thinks they're wrong because he knows more, and therefore he will get some kind of maniacal thrill out of fucking with them.
That crazy shit.
So let me get this straight. You admit it, you're blasting roids, and you're so up your own fucking ass, you egotistical shithead, you are actively criticizing and pissing off the people you're fucking paying to get you into shape. If you fucking knew what you were doing, you wouldn't have the coach in the first place, you stupid asshole. Fuck is wrong with you?
It was great to see a so-called PhD professional doing the exact same mistakes that fucking Ian and Anissa do.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of fat logic, though, Pete Hegseth came out and said this about the standards in the American military, and I'm sure some of you have seen this, but let's see if you can detect the part where he is both racist and sexist, because that's the claim against Pete Hegseth in this speech here.
It all starts with physical fitness.
I don't know what that. There's like a weird buzzing in this video, but I can't do anything about it.
And appearance. If the Secretary of War can do
That's the sound
regular
of fat
hard
people being pissed
PT,
off.
so can every member of our joint force.
Seethe.
Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad.
It is.
And it's not who we are.
Yes,
So
it is.
whether
That's
you're
why you're
an
all fat.
airborne ranger or a chair.
Wait, it is a bad look for the American military to be fat.
To look like the fucking Afghan military most of the time.
Yeah,
General Bubba's going to have to go on a diet.
It's a bad look.
Airborne ranger, a brand new private, or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the joint force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year, every year of service. Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our joint force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already. But we're
Thank God.
And we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. Real hard PT, either as a unit or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this room to the youngest private, leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already.
He's
still
not
let this
wrong.
finish playing.
Guard,
I know,
yes,
he's
sir.
gonna be right.
We thank you for watching.
Okay, so the left came away from that thinking that he was insulting black people and women.
I
That
mean,
he was
I mean, I'd say
calling
if the
black
shoe
people and
fits, but
women
that's the
fat.
issue.
He was calling women fat and black people incompetent, is what they took away from that.
I would
know-
say
you
it's
know-
more the opposite.
You know what this is, right?
Uh.
This is the counter purge of the US military. You know, not a lot of people are aware of this, but there were two purges of the US military under Biden. First, there was the right wing purge, right? Where anyone who'd ever posted like a Pepe meme or whatever
Right,
got
yes.
out. And then there was the
Yep.
COVID vaccine purge. And this is one of the reasons why the US military wound up with so many shitty leftists in it. This is the counter purge because they can't just say, if you're a leftist, get the fuck out. So instead, they target characteristics that are highly associated with leftism.
Yeah, being fat and incompetent. Which, but here's to explain, I guess, a little bit more. And I've got a section at the end. I have not seen it, but I've been told it's insane. Of The View for 6 minutes. We'll see if we can. I've saved it for the end. That's the pain Olympics.
I have to stomach
But anyway,
6 minutes of this.
No, not now. This is regarding Pete Hegseth and the horrible things, or offensive things he said about about generals and the American military.
Okay, hold on a second. So, somebody asked me a question about who would I watch as far as like fitness thing for people who want to get back into shape.
Oh right.
Yeah. I don't really. Okay, I don't mean to sound conceited here. I typically don't watch fitness content because I already know what to do. And I'm not saying that in like an arrogant, oh, look at me. It's more like I found out what works for me, so I just do that. Because I like training to failure and basically going all out because that's how I enjoy training, because I'm a fucking boring nerd and I have a massive heart on for numbers, so that's just basically what I chase. As far as basically being in shape as far as my food goes, I've been tracking what I've been eating since I was like 22 years old, and I've eaten the same thing every day for like 8 years because I'm psychotic. So, that's pretty much what I did. Because once you do that and you have a ballpark estimate of what you can do and what you can't do as far as diet goes, here's a good metric I would say for people is eat the same thing for 3 days. And then measure your weight at the end of the first day and the end of the third day, and see if you fluctuated in weight. And then using that metric, you can sort of gauge how much you need to be eating to gain weight or lose weight. And that's basically it. Like once you can get that, I would recommend staying away from programs that are more like general, because I would say just find like an equation as something as simple as that, and then input your own variables into it. Like you will know how hungry you are and all that kind of shit. I would say, okay, so this is just my personal advice. Completely ignore anyone who says don't eat before going to bed. That's a bunch of shit. They won't fucking fuck with it. It might fuck with your sleep, but it won't mess with your weight. Because when you wake up, you won't feel hungry. You'll eat later on the day. As long as you just get all of your food in with like the first like 12 hours of your day. Like maybe if you feel like bloated, don't eat like 3 hours before you go to bed. But that's basically it. Like, and don't worry about this crap of, I need to eat at certain intervals. Like, no, fuck off, man. You can eat all of your food in one meal if you fucking want to. Like, all of this shit is crap.
I do have a picture. The Flan the Man 231 for 5 says the left freaking out about fats being discharged if they don't make PT is hilarious. Did you see Meal Team 6 from the Texas National Guard? And here is I did forget about
Did you
it.
say
Here's
Meal Team 6? Oh,
yes, here is Meal Team 6 arriving in the Chicago suburbs because the National Guard has been called into Chicago, which we'll get into in a little
Meal
bit here.
Team 6. That's pretty fucking good. Are they carrying food in those duffel bags?
Well, why the fuck do you think Hegseth said what he did? Look at the state of him.
It's ironic that the black guy looks the thinnest at the back.
Yeah.
Well, you had to go to the back of the truck after all.
Jesus. Looney Lenny for 5.
Everything is bigger in Texas.
That's true.
Including
Looney
the
Lenny for
people,
5
yeah.
says, the only thing I disagree with Pete on is no beards. Yeah, I think it's probably like can't that like mess with your gas mask or something?
You can't get a seal against the face with a
Yeah.
beard or a long mustache. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's not like some just simple little thing. It's purely practical. It's why Funny Mustache Man had funny mustache, because with you have a
Oh
long
right,
mustache.
yes, quite literally. Quite Hitler.
The Hitler-tash did do the rounds during the Second Gulf War quite extensively, as they mentioned in Generation Kill, because it meets the grooming standard.
Yeah.
I will say there are pictures of him with the full tash from the First World War, and he does
Did
look
you see
better
Alex
with just.
Jones?
Yes, I did actually, but the mustache man does look better with just a square, actually, which is quite bizarre. God bless him. He made that look. He ruined that look for literally every other person in human history. It's great.
So here's to exemplify, I guess,
We
the
can bring it
left's
back.
response to what Hegseth had to say, which seemed completely reasonable to me.
Don't
this
be
is
fat.
just,
Yeah.
yeah. Here's Sonny Hostin et al.'s response.
By why he did that, the optics were terrible, meaning all
Why?
of our top military brass are all in one place, and we spent $6 million to get them there. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. It also didn't make a lot of sense to me that he was saying that he was going to toughen physical standards and review the anti-hazing policy by sort of implementing a hazing policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point.
You really should have a hazing policy, yes, because it.
Wow,
you,
liberal
to a certain
woman
amount,
doesn't
yeah.
understand the military. I'm shocked.
I know.
I am shocked and astounded.
As to why your military needs to be cohesive in terms of you can't have people who are radically different and out of line, but you can't bully them into normalcy. Into,
Why?
conforming. Yeah, you need. That's why you put them in uniforms. That's why you have standards so that
What-
it is uniform.
What do you expect for? Let's face it. The only interaction with the military anyone on the View's ever had is buying 3 rounds of beers and then a walk of shame at the end of the night.
So
On
there
base,
have
yeah.
there have been some rumors going around about this meeting, by the way, right? So the
Right.
the scuttlebutt amongst the international relations community is something like this. This huge meeting would have provided a chance for a lot of sub meetings to happen without those meetings being telegraphed, because every single part of the US military leadership would be in one place. So if they wanted to have some meetings on the sly, that would have been the place to do it. And the suspicion is that although this whole sort of thing of defatting the army is important and the left-wing purge, there is also another part of preparing for, well, probably war with Iran. I mean,
Probably, yes.
let's
Most
be honest,
likely.
right? Like
Yeah.
that's the next big thing. So they spent $6 million. Dude, the U.S. military like sneezes and spends $6 million.
Yes,
Like,
pisses
they spend
$6 million
like, you know,
every
tying
5
their
minutes.
shoelaces. Like, my
Right.
God.
But I mean that part is interesting as well, and I did hear people speculating about that, which obviously makes sense, and it looks like we're probably going to go to war with Iran or whatever. We're going to war for our greatest ally, Israel, probably, as we'll get into. But we have not quite gotten to that part yet. But we're talking about Israel inevitably, unfortunately. Anyway.
Oh God, why?
Well, you can't help it.
That enough I had to do with bashing an exercise twat.
Sonny, what she's really so you mentioned that how expensive it was very quickly, but what she's really upset
Why
about
is her
that
face
is
so
the
long?
hazing ritual. I don't know. It might hurt people's feelings. You wouldn't want the military to do that.
And then also he said he was going to return to the highest male standard for combat positions because the troops were fat.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that was supposed to be an uplifting message for our military.
It was referring to
Who gives a fuck? They are fat.
It wasn't supposed
You
to be
just saw a
uplifting.
picture
It
of
was
them.
supposed to get them into shape. You fucking moron.
Yeah.
Do these people just
telling people
listen?
they're not fat
Do
will
they
help
just
them get
watch
into
the
shape,
administration
sure.
and go, "We have to say the opposite of this, no matter how stupid
Yes.
or nonsensical it is"?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, here's the
That
thing. Oh,
really is
yeah.
all
Why isn't it uplifting to the organization that literally signs away their bodily autonomy rights and gets pumped full of combat drugs every time they go on deployment?
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders.
It was really a bizarre thing. He started talking about
Bizarre.
DEI policies. By the way, there
You,
are no gender quotas in the military.
Bill, you will know what was the drug that the Nazis used? The meth drug.
Pervitin.
Pervitin,
No,
yeah.
Pervitin's
Pervitin,
the
thank you,
original
that's the
version, and then the Panzer Chocolate is the German
Panzer
version.
chocolate. Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
If you get World War II rations, you need to be careful because
Right.
every now and then there's one that's still got it in.
Yeah,
it's
and it might make you
methamphetamine.
wide out of your
It was
head.
invented by the methamphetamine was invented by the Japanese in like
Yes.
36 or something like that, and in a a patent that has become sort of ubiquitous since. At the time, it was hailed as a wonder drug, and everyone's like, "Oh,
course.
this is amazing! Like, we should give this literally to everybody." And of course, there were no negative side effects at all.
No,
I-
no,
I
not
remi-
even.
well,
We
we
had a
just-
happy ending.
We were still using them as diet drugs till the 90s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't that how MDMA got its start? Actually, as a appetite
Oh, it might
suppressant?
be.
I think it
I
was.
think so.
yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
probably.
Well, we still got Adderall
There's,
now,
It's a
haven't we?
stimulant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a book on it called Blitzed
Right, interesting.
by the
I
drug.
know
yeah.
multiple people who have very fond memories of the amphetamine era diet pills.
I wonder why.
Like,
They had more energy and were
By the
leaner.
way-
It's fucking win-win.
exactly. All things
The
moderated.
irony is, if you were
so
leaner, you
green.
would have more energy because you're just less fat.
Oh, I
Sorry.
accidentally skipped.
Yeah.
What were they talking? Sorry, I accidentally skipped it. There we go. Whoops. Oh,
Oh
no,
no!
that's not gonna
Oh no!
play.
Oh no! Well, we'll just have to skip
You
this
know
bit,
what?
won't we?
Who
Yeah.
cares? I guess we will. No one cares what Sonny has to say, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not
We
even
are
the people
now
in the stadium.
entering.
Or the
No.
studio, rather. Fucking
what-
stadium.
Again, the whole thing is, you know, of course the left had to complain about it because
I wonder how their ego
I
is.
get
Like,
it. How
are
dare
they-
you call people who are fat, you know?
I wonder how they see themselves. Are they fully aware that the only people that watch them are like basically drunken wine moms who watch midday
Oh yeah, that's who
television?
they appeal to.
Right.
So as of today, by the way, we are entering the second week, essentially, of the
Can
government
you get
shutdown.
some of the Panzer Schokolade? No, you might start the Blitzkrieg again.
Poland just starts
Perhaps.
sweating.
What the heck? Okay. I don't think there's any real news about it other than the.
It has been a week
headline.
since the federal government shut down.
That's it. That's it.
There we go.
Let's say 2 weeks. It's been a week. Yeah. Whatever. It's just a news.
Say
clip
it
on We got
slowly.
It's been a week.
Say it again.
Oh no! It's been a week. Oh, I heard on Twitter.
Who's
that,
died yet?
IRS is going to have to fire a whole bunch of people. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Mara Bros, I feel. Imagine not having the IRS.
We might
I
have to get
know,
rid of the
it's
tax
terrible.
collectors.
Now there is
No.
some weird stuff that's happened with it, but I really wanted to show you this because the Democrats themselves posted it, and it is very telling because this is the Democrat Party trying to explain the government
Does it involve
shutdown to
illegals?
their constituents. Well, you're going to see the approach and tact that they have taken to make sure that their voter base understands the shutdown. Now, we covered it extensively last week. The Democrats are responsible for this shutdown, no matter how much they bitch and moan. The stuff that they are pretending they were voting about, they are not voting on until December. So this is them. And Newswitch, I'm interested in your interpretation as to why they chose to do this, because it is clearly a choice, unless they've totally lost control, which I don't think is
Why
the
they
case.
why they chose to do the shutdown?
Yeah.
Oh, they're about to spark a proper civil war. Is my take on this. So
That's what Bill said earlier.
yeah, they're going the full hog. The time has come to put up and shut up, put up or shut up, and we are seeing the seeds of this play out in American cities at the moment, where you
Yes,
have
we.
the states instructing the cops to go against the federal government.
Yes, we'll get to that. Yeah.
This is basically what sparked the last civil war. States versus federal. There's
Yeah.
like a whole bunch of possibly violent protests.
It's called lit
Yeah.
skirmishes.
And the plan essentially is to, much like Kent State and all that kind of other stuff, is to bait the federal government troops into overreacting with violence.
Right.
Then using that violence
State, yeah.
to delegitimize the government and be like, look, we told you they were fascists, blah, 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 blah. And then hopefully get a groundswell of support on their side. I'm not sure it's going to work, to be perfectly frank. The left has a lot less goodwill now than it did in the 60s, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe. It's hard
Maybe.
to say, but that's
Yeah.
interesting because that's exactly what Bill said about this just earlier today. To me talking about it, me just describing the news topics of the day. He's like, sounds like they're, and I don't want to do the whole Tim Pool Civil War thing, but it probably is to increase, at least let's
Tensions
say,
between the factions. Yeah.
tensions.
No,
civil-
We are at the same stage as like the English Civil War, where it's a bunch of autistic skirmishes all dotted around.
Look, what is the fundamental thing about the left? Any reversal in progress is grounds for war, by definition, right? They are the violent pushers of progress. As long as you do not interfere with progress, progressivism, we will be peaceful. As soon as there is any actual pushback on my progress, as however that is defined, right? Oy veyishly, obviously, you know, where we will abolish race, we will abolish sex, we will abolish nationhood, we'll just abolish everything. Then they go to war. And you're seeing increasingly a lot of messaging come from the left that they are very, very worried that my progress is going to be reversed. The way they usually frame this is a yearning to return to a non-existent past. It's not non-existent. We've got the footage.
Yeah.
You can literally watch footage of the past. But like, oh no,
it's Anamoya. It's Anamoya. It never existed.
It never existed. That past never existed. You can't go back. It's impossible to go back. We are
What
locked
do they always
on
do?
The,
They
locked
always
on the progressive train.
And I've seen there's a post that's been making the rounds amongst them where recently in particular where it's a picture of a happy family in the 1950s and it's like I'm crippled from polio, I'm secretly gay, my husband beats me, and it's like, oh yeah, it was just, you just thought it looked like it was better, really everything was so much worse. Instead anyway, this
that shit is classic Frankfurt School.
Oh yes, it is.
It's what it was, right? It's classic Frankfurt School. If you look at, I think it was Adorno or possibly Marcuse, they come over from Germany after World War II, get dropped in like California, and one of the, you know, possibly one of the nicest places in the entire world at that moment. And what do? They look around, they're like, oh, these fucking white people. Oh my god. Like, oh my god. Like, you know, yeah, so that's basically who, you know, pushed a lot of this narrative that, oh yes, they look happy, but actually that wife is on Valium and being beaten by her husband.
Right,
like,
yeah, she's on Valium, yeah.
Deconstructed. Exactly.
So this is the message that they put out. By the way, if you guys have not seen this, please brace yourselves for
cringe.
I don't even have the words for. Yes, cringe actually doesn't begin to describe
Hang on,
it.
let me get myself something.
Yeah, get a helmet or something. This is how they are speaking to their base.
Republican and Democrat kiddies cannot agree on what should be funded. Democrat kiddies want you to have health care. Republican kiddies do not. Republican kiddies control the Senate, House, and the White House, so they're
They still don't have enough votes. It doesn't matter because you won't vote on it.
using that to cut your health care and give money to billionaires. Democrat kitty tries to negotiate, but Republican kitty keeps running away.
No.
He has a vacation to get to. Uh-oh. Suddenly the money you pay for your health insurance has tripled. Thanks, Republicans. Republican and Democrat.
What the fuck?
This
Mate,
doesn't
they are
even...
not sending their best propaganda, are they? Oh, dude.
Meanwhile,
You know
the
what's
fucking Department of Justice is cutting promos where they're putting basically like like little Dark Age edits together.
The funniest thing about this is that the Democrats are funding more with Big Pharma than the Republican ones.
Yeah.
The fucking party backhanders, what do you expect? Well, let's face it, it's all a big uniparty fucking nightmare creature. It needs to be fucking bled out. But
So this is what we do with AI. It's
This
fucking amazing.
This is just really bad propaganda. I mean, this is
is the guy making the DOJ edits paying the guy who runs this place to be shit?
This is
Like,
just
are
the
you-
worst version of kitty history. This is a
I think all-
disgrace on Trevor Moore's legendary, you know, work, his artistry, kitty history.
I think all the effective communicators have basically deserted the left at this point because because of all the speech controls. It's impossible to be an effective communicator when you are surrounded by effectively this leftist speech bubble where you've just got no idea like if you're going to say it. And so the people that they're left with are just ideological like homunculi essentially. And they have to pitch this stuff to the low information voter, but at the same time maintain my diversity, my hate speech information bubble, and the result is shit like this. Like what even is this? Like oh my god, I'm just blown away. Right, this is the Democratic Party of the United States.
It is. It really
putting
is.
this out. There are anons on Twitter with 200 followers who could do a better job than this.
Better memes,
Like,
yeah.
It's insane. Dude.
Rap Bartholomew Cheesington for 5 says, in the blue corner, a bunch of drug addicts. And in the red corner, we have gun people. Place your bets, lady and gentlemen. Yeah, apparently. And Safarius for 20 says, I still remember seeing Jerry Nadler's fat ass walking on the beach in Puerto Rico, trying to hit up the senoritas during a shutdown during the first Trump administration because they didn't get their way that time. I know, it's also...
By the way, somebody.
Why did I call this one just wow, we years main? Oh.
1,000 Miles said, I've seen Sargon's video where he calls a Jew a spiteful goblin. That's pretty basic.
I've got an Anna Kasparian clip for you later.
Is it the one where she's rubbing her hands?
Yeah. So this is a 2023 NBC clip reporting that 25% of all patients in New York City public hospitals were illegals is going viral, as NBC is now reporting in 2025 that illegals aren't receiving free healthcare. So back to back,
Why is that
2023
bad?
versus 2025. Why is it bad that illegals are receiving healthcare?
No, they aren't.
They are.
The Democrats are claiming that they aren't, but they are, as from the same outlet.
Yeah, but there's 2-year difference. That's the thing.
I guess.
Across public hospitals in New York City.
Scroll back up.
That's what the whole shutdown is about, right?
Yes.
In 2023, 25% of all new patients in New York City hospitals were illegals.
Yes.
And in 2025, they are claiming that illegals are not and cannot receive health care.
Yes, that's great.
The Democrats are claiming this, though. The reality is they are. And they are lying now about this.
Okay.
Okay, I'll play it.
Hospitals in New York City, a quarter of the patients are now migrants. Over the last year, nearly 30,000 visits by migrants and 300 new babies born to migrant moms.
Great.
Staff here at Bellevue Hospital tell us they're eager to help, but the numbers are tough.
And then again, the GOP misleads with claim that Democrats shut down to give healthcare to illegal immigrants. So this has just been going viral. Yes, they did. And they've been claiming that's a lie. That is the problem in question there.
Well, they need to maintain their client groups until
yes, of course,
the inevitable denouement of the race communist revolution. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. It seems like a lot of their client groups are basically switching sides. Trump just came out and said, we know the government shutdown is gonna close WIC. It's gonna take food away from a lot of poor black people. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take some of that tariff money and I'm gonna keep it going. So I imagine there'll now be like a bunch of like American blacks being like, Trump got me back my EBT. Shit, I was back on the Dr. Pepper now. You know, that's
the exact same thing as when the initial stim check.
Yeah, exactly. When is we getting the Trump stimmies? Yeah.
One second. I had an archived version of this and it's not loading.
But hey, I do personally love communists. I mean, they're like a Renoir painting. I'll happily hang them in any room in my house.
Whoops.
Like, look, you need to hang them outside.
Someone call me Marcus.
The environment indoors is not conducive to their preservation, mate. You need they need to be hung outdoors where they can be enjoyed by the entire public.
Basically, you go full season
public
mode.
display. Public display is a necessity for works of art.
That's right. Exactly.
What was it? What was
we should get a gallery.
What was the place in New Vegas where they get hung? Nipton.
Yes.
Ah, good old Nipton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Nipton, aka a good start.
So this guy Jay Jones. He's running for Democrat. He's the Democrat nominee for the Attorney General in Virginia, and a bunch of DMs have leaked of him saying violent things, like putting 2 bullets to the head of Republicans, essentially. What began as a quiet October, blah 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 blah. National Review story, which is what I had, but for whatever. Actually, let me see if I can go to archive. Where's the archive? There it is. Because I had it before and it was fine.
This is one of those. This is one of those pictures that I feel would be a hate crime if you drew it as a caricature accurately.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's removed the paywall. That's what it is. That's right, because the Newsweek article is behind a paywall. It worked fine an hour ago, but of course it doesn't work fine now.
Because now it's gay.
Oh, is it just down everywhere?
Oh yeah, no. Archive.is is being a bit fucky. I keep having problems with it as well because I use it to run my show too.
All right, that's fine. This one probably has it on it. The message is okay. National Review story on August 20. What? Everything good?
Hold on a second there.
Okay.
Yeah, but Ed Bastion for 50 there says part 2. If Bill had a first sonar,
shit.
he'd be an inflationist dream. And some people say Spoon is just a more drunk, depowered racist. Fuck you.
Well,
but I say
I'm gonna
nay
go shoot
because
myself. Hang on.
because Bill could only dream of having a Mandingo party half as well as what Spoon throws.
Jesus Christ, they just rinsed us right there, didn't they?
Lord Bastion in part 1 said, I have
Oh, boy, it's been a good run.
Have to chat and run again. But Aiden, you don't have to feel self-conscious about me saying you're my second favorite burb last week. Roadrunner #1. You've been my #1 autist since about July 30th, 2021. Hey, thank you so much, Ben. Thank you. And thank you for, for the 2 big donos. Yeah. Fuck yes, thank you. Bill can only dream of having
Lord,
a
I've never
Mandingo
heard-
party half as close with spoon throws.
That's fucking rough.
Oh my god.
The savagery, good lord.
We had a bit rumbled, yeah. Lancer5 says, I was going to say that Kaya that's Hassan's dog, is living in a saw trap, but that's not fair. John Kramer always gave his victims a way to escape. Oof, yeah.
Oof. God, that's a rough shot.
And Horwitz Feinberg and
True.
Horwitz for 10 says, why are you so shocked? At its core, it's just another cat video, and cat videos end up in everyone's doom scroll. Yeah, I mean, that's probably why they use the cat thing. So, this is drawing from the National Review story, though. An exchange between Jones, former Norfolk delegate and one-time assistant AG, Delegate Kerry Croyner, Republican Chesterfield. In the text, Jones described a scenario in which Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head, followed by a wish that Republican lawmakers' children die in their mother's arms. The messages sent shortly after Gilbert offered public condolences over the death of retired Democratic delegate Joe Johnson of Washington County stunned political circles across Virginia and beyond. Coiner confirmed the authenticity of the exchange in a statement Friday evening, calling the remarks disgusting, unbecoming of any public official. On August 8th, today, I had a text conversation. Not August, that's not fun, sorry. I had a text conversation with Jay Jones. Coiner said, what he said was not just disturbing, but disqualifying for anyone who wants to seek public office. So, in other words, I mean, in private, they just openly talk about killing people.
Their political rivals, yeah.
Killing their political rivals and leaving their children to cry in their mother's arms.
I mean, I'm actually surprised that anyone is surprised by this. I thought everybody was aware that this was what was going on.
Well, right.
Yes. Are you saying the leftists want to kill us all? Yes.
Yes.
They want to kill you. Are you saying they're going to take all of our stuff and reduce everything to ashes? Yes.
I mean, they say it all the time. That's what's so insane about it. And the stuff with like Hassan's dog, since it was brought up, I made a tweet about it very shortly after the news broke, and I said, watch them try to find some way to pivot out around this. And I have not gotten I've only gotten responses from leftoids, which are like, it's actually not real, and it's all fake, and it's a hoax. And then doing this fascinating, yeah, but Trump's a pedophile. Trump won't release the Epstein files.
I think it's a bit much to call Trump a pedophile when you're a leftist. That's a bit
Kristi Noem killed her dog, and it's like, yeah, and everyone said that was, I mean, probably, I understand it's a working animal.
Look,
in that sense.
What they need to say, right, is that it's not in fact a shock collar. It's basically a Fitbit for dogs, and that everyone has it wrong.
That's what they're trying. That's what they are trying to run with.
It's actually monitoring the dog's like vital signs, so that while Hassan is streaming, he can
make
monitor
sure the dog is fine.
I know.
We'll get to it. Yeah. Airmake Discourse for 5 just says N. Horwitz Feinberg and Horwitz for 5 says I. Guys.
I'm beginning to see a pattern here.
Yeah.
So Tim Kaine.
If you put a G, we can't read it. By the way.
Yes. Oh.
A second I has hit the chat.
Autisticus for £2 says I, which is knee. Oh, we're the knights who say knee. Excellent.
And now you're all aware what that joke was actually about.
Yep. So Tim Kaine says he still supports Jay Jones after text messages revealed that he fantasized about shooting a Republican and.
I mean, that's not a surprise. He was Clinton's fucking running mate.
Exactly.
You do. What do you? Do you think you should drop out of this race after those comments? I just think it's you have concerns about what you saw?
The comments are completely indefensible. I've known Jay Jones for 25 years.
Whoa, man, are you too shy for 2 says G. Oh my God, we're getting there. Let's go.
Comments are very much out of character for him. So if I put the comments, which are
Oh no, combo broken. Unfortunately, but thank you. I think it still counts. Oh, he's got another G. Rat without G's 10 for 2 for another G. Bishop of the Real Wafer 10 says, oh, a woman was put into a coma after consuming too much Tylenol. Yeah, we talked about that, I think, the other week. Her baby was delivered early and is in intensive care. Oh, this might be a different story. And Epstein is a distraction from Pizzagate and Wiener, allegedly. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'll say this: Flesh Simulator did a very good video upon the matter of our favorite Hebrew of the of our many viewed shows, explaining some of the absolute nightmare humanoids associated with the Pizzagate scandal.
Yeah. Sorry, let's continue.
Jamie Elefantis.
Yes.
And can you turn up the volume on the video?
Not any. No. It was really loud at first, but and William Nunya for 2 gives the E. We are one character away.
A second E.
Another E. It is now NIIGGEE. And slash it for 20 Canadian where they are.
We did it, fellas.
We did it, Reddit. Yay.
I don't think Reddit would do that. Reddit's in some deep shit involving their the lawsuit they're going through with H3H3 because
good. I hope they all die.
They admitted in their own filing that that Reddit and people working for Reddit, the admins provided free software and services to the individual mods to scrape their own data off of the internet so that it would be more difficult for Ethan Klein to sue them.
Wow.
Reddit might be in some actual shit. We have another Ed of the railway. Thank you for
by the way, if I was Ethan, that would give me a raging hard on that I could make Reddit fucking panic to the point where it's getting its own stuff to scrub shit. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah. It is, yes.
I'd be like,
anyway,
oh my god, I can move one of the most fucking fervishly left-wing sides in all of human history just by threatening to sue them. That's fucking hilarious.
Well, he is suing them. They are being sued.
I fucking go hope, Ethan. Go nuts.
I know. Our favorite Israeli, well, I mean, he's I think, honorary or whatever. Anyway, so slash it for 2 says, we're going again, lads.
The
right.
2 towers.
The two twin towers. The twin towers. So he's really loud at first, so it's now on max volume.
I just answered your question.
You have concerns about what you saw?
The comments are completely indefensible. I've known Jay Jones for 25 years, and those comments are very much out of character for him. So if I put the comments, which are clearly beyond the pale, against knowing this guy for 25 years, I'm still a supporter of Jay Jones.
Wow. So the comments were shitty, but I don't care, essentially. I mean, I guess, and that's, by the way, why they win. They have extreme in-group loyalty as long as it's useful to them. In the way that Republicans don't, which is why I think they fail. Aramaic Discourse for another G for 2. And William Nunya says, as a black man, I say G for 2. Horwitz Feinberg Horwitz for 5 says G. So we've got 3 G's, the triple G. Rep Bartholomew Cheesington for 5 says, is Pizzagate where Clinton definitely jokered a kid's face? That was the first time I was scared in years, and it takes a lot for me to get there. That was it. There was a lot of weird stuff going on, and it was in the Clinton email scandal part of it, which is that this guy, James Alefantis, had a pizza restaurant.
2 of them, in fact.
2 of them, called Comet Ping Pong and Pizza. And there were just a lot of things surrounding it that looked, let's just say...
For one, Jamie Alefantis owns 2 pizzerias in the city and is considered one of the richest and most powerful men in the entire capital.
Yeah.
And his name is a homonym for Jimmy Elefantis, which is I love children.
I love children.
In French.
His name in French translates to I love children.
He might as well just be called the Diddler.
Yeah.
And also the 2 pizzerias are right next door to each other. One's logo is 1-to-1 like the Nambla logo, and the other one is 1-to-1 like the other side of the nonces, the young girls.
The girls and
boys. Let's not forget that Alefantis was David Brock's boyfriend.
Yes.
The famous David Brock from Midas Touch and Correct the Record and Media Matters.
Yes.
The sort of, political assassin. Well, he's just a mercenary. He'd work for anyone, really.
Yeah.
Oh, man, such a crazy story. My God.
Yeah. And there was someone who like tried to go shoot it up, but he didn't actually. I think he fired some shots, but he didn't hurt anyone.
No, he didn't do that. He walked in like a day where no one was there.
Yeah.
He walked in, walked around the place, put like 2 rounds in the ceiling, and left.
Yeah,
no,
and then,
that's not true. One of the bullets hit the hard drive.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh, that was it. Yeah, he basically walked in, mag dumped the server room. Which, by the way, why does a pizzeria have a server room?
Yeah.
And then proceeded to like, I think he didn't he lay down his arms and just like wait for the police to turn up?
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Again, Flesh Simulator did a whole fucking video on it. He ran down the whole proceedings, and yeah, probably better than me trying to recall it from fucking memory.
Yeah, Safarius for 5 says, isn't giving the mods the ability to scrub the internet considered an obstruction or contempt of court? Well, yes, it's actually spoliation is what it is specifically. It's spoliation of evidence potentially, involving Reddit going in. And that's also been found out now as well, which is apparently that the Reddit mods were going in and were changing the messages posted by people in conservative subreddits in order to justify post facto banning those subreddits. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to use Reddit if you're on the right, but yeah, they created their own evidence.
Okay, I'm gonna warn people now. Some of this will get swept under the rug for the simple reason that one of the most densely populated city is for Redditors. Is some bumfuck nowhere military base out in the boonies. Military base,
yes.
Where it has
Arizona or something.
Yeah, it's like got 200 people on site, but has over 1,600 Redditors.
Redditors for some reason. Yeah, very strange.
Reddit is essentially just like a combination of AI training and like PSYOP program run by the fucking American military.
Slosher for 2 Canadian says E.
We're back on track, boys.
Oh my gosh.
We're so close to greatness. So close.
So I've got some delicious delusion here. From
More
these people. Is it? Oh yeah. I mean, it's a never-ending font of delusion. Not just James Lindsay.
Oh, this bitch. I remember because she was on fucking.
Okay. Is this person Katie Porter trans? I'm genuinely asking
because
I looked it up and I couldn't find anything about it.
No, she was on. She was on Bill Maher some months ago.
Oh, apparently the comic ping pong shooter was killed last year in a routine traffic stop.
Yes, he was. Yeah, William Nunya, thank you for bringing that up because I forgot about that. Thank you for the 5. The comet ping pong shooter was killed last year by police during a routine traffic stop. What a coincidence!
Look, don't think about it, right?
And we have completed the tower. Tower 2 has fallen. Tower 2 has fallen. Juju took for 2 euros. Says R.
R. Yeah, I saw this interview. This woman, like, she really looks trans. Like, it's
yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, that's a dude, surely.
Yeah,
it's a trans.
Language, everything.
I don't know, but look at this person. There's no way. So they are running to replace Gavin Newsom, by the way. So here's their pitch, I guess.
Yeah, how the hell do you sit and have fucking crazy eyes just sitting there? I know it's the lighting, but fucking hell.
Oh man,
he's not trans.
That is a profile and a half. That's very literally a profile and a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that.
And I'm a fat motherfucker myself.
My God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's a fridge freezer unit, goddamn.
So here's laying out just the statistical reality is that if you want to win, you're going to have to get some Republicans to vote for you, just statistically.
Who voted for Trump?
For people who voted for Trump.
Them in order to win, man.
Jeez, that fucking forehead. What the hell?
How is this a NATO woman? And I'm like, come on.
I mean, hang on. Are we going to talk about the necklace? What the fuck's going on with it? Is she wearing a bike chain?
It looks like a bike chain, yeah.
How do you have no wrinkles on your face, but your forehead is covered in them?
Look at the forehead.
Is that like, that looks like Linkara in a Klingon outfit?
Yeah, look, again, it looks like a forehead prosthetic.
This looks fucked.
You're going to get 60% of the vote.
Look at the camera and laugh.
Covered hands.
There's nothing
as well.
funny. Yeah.
You think you'll get 60%?
It looks like. Okay, pause a second. Okay, if those of you who've watched Kino.
Hands.
Yeah, she's got them completely like doubled over. Look at the fucking veins popping out on them.
Yeah, to try.
But here's the thing. Okay, first of all, that's a receding ass hairline.
Yeah.
Secondly, that doesn't this look exactly like PPP playing DSP's wife?
It way more looks like Chris Chan to me. But
yeah, that's a bit Linkara.
Yeah, Chris Chan went after you.
We're back on it again, boys. Reset the clock. It's just us comparing people to other people to draw a point.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's hard not to.
Who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with
you. What?
Doesn't that
sound... It's just complete fantasy thinking. I'm not going to in any way... I mean, if this person is trans, it's like, I'm just not going to... I reject
no,
the reality.
I don't think this is a true. I think this is.
This is a sound like a woman. Yeah.
Yeah, this degree of psychosis is not easily found by blokes. I'm sorry. This is just a. I think this is. I think this is a woman with an endocrine disorder.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it would explain. She's also just a native from California.
Yeah, there you go.
County.
Those nuclear tests.
Purple area. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe she said she was purple district, but you just said I don't need. It's not a bike chain. It didn't look like it in that one screenshot though.
It's a fucking ugly one.
Yeah. Well, in general, yes.
If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't.
I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
I will admit. I'll admit that's kind of a ballsy thing to say. I'll give her credit for that.
Just saying you're being argumentative.
Yeah, the reason I just say that is because it's really funny to hear that from a Democrat. It's talking to someone else who's a Democrat. That's pretty fucking good.
From a friendly, by the way.
Yeah, that's why it's funny.
This is a friendly,
ballsy and funny.
Well, maybe
intra-faction, yeah.
Supposedly factional interview being done to hype this person up.
And they're still pissed off.
Of course.
Okay, one thing.
Because of reality doesn't align with your no, we'll just unless you think that the votes are just going to magically appear, gonna conjure them up. Democrats are well known for such wizardry.
The question is the same thing I asked everybody.
Put the fucking hands
down. This is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
argumentative. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for?
She's legit talking to
say that.
Talking to her like she's a fucking infant.
So what are you gonna say? Yeah.
Apparently, her ex-husband came out. There's like a court case for her divorce and said that she was frequently physically violent and abusive. And I can totally believe. I bet that's why she's doing the hand clutching so much, because she just wants to reach out and just like slap.
Just
be like, don't you dare question me.
Oh, that feeds into my idea of her being an endocrine disorder sufferer, because that's a major thing with women with like high testosterone is that they can't handle their anger at all.
I think you're right, Bill.
Someone in the chat looked this up. I could swear she was the woman that I think she poured boiling potato water on her husband.
Yeah,
that bitch! Holy fuck!
It was boiling. It was hot mashed potatoes. Apparently,
yes.
She smashed like a coffee mug, and she wouldn't let her husband have a mobile phone because she said he was too stupid to use one and stuff.
Jesus, vote for me. By the way, I don't even need to try to win over anybody. I'm perfect as is. Meanwhile,
this is a woman who is
boiling potatoes.
This is a woman who is intending to use domestic abuse tactics to win an election.
Well, yeah, I mean, she'd be the perfect governor for California, really, if you think.
She would, in that sense. Perfectly matched.
It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand.
Aggressively, table tapping.
That's the question is you have it written and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so...
What I'm saying to you is... It says nothing.
Grunt.
Yeah, what I'm saying to you is grunts, right? Eloquent, indeed. Expect nothing less.
So
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
And you think you're going to win people over when you can't even have a friendly conversation with a fucking person who's on your side?
Well, she's getting out there
Good
before
fucking luck with that.
She's getting out there before she actually swings on a journalist.
Sir,
On a like, you notice how they made sure this was a live feed and they kept it in front of a fucking clock on the right?
Yeah, interesting. Sir and or madam, this is not flattering. I mean, none of it. And I don't know. I think you need a bit of a reality check on this.
No, you need a fucking prison cell.
If your governor is Gavin Newsom, though, is this a step up?
Oh yeah, let's go from Patrick Bateman to fucking fucking what's that bitch from Misery?
Viscount Hyacinth.
Yeah.
Fucking Meat Hyacinth out of this. She doesn't deserve this evil.
She does look like the bitch from Misery. Like honestly, like that's creepily.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Same fucking eyes too, big old fucking like.
Yeah.
Let's see the spurg.
You're not gonna do the interview.
Nope, not like this. I'm not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't care.
Follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question
that's not
you're gonna
how.
make up a follow-up.
That's not how fucking political conversations work. You fucking retard.
You just
politics
need to
is not
fellate
friendly.
me.
It's about
You
the
need to fellate me.
politics
Yeah,
is about the
quite literally
authorized use of
grabs.
force. You fucking moron.
Yeah. No. This was supposed to be a puff piece. You're not allowed to ask me questions.
Then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And we're
Porter,
just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never had to do
reporter.
this before, ever.
You've never
shows.
It's because you've never run for governor before, you stupid asshole.
Yeah.
That
No one's
this
ever asked me
welcome to
questions about, like,
politics,
politics
you
before.
fucking moron. Oh god, this is such a fucking woman moment. It's not even funny.
Any of you be surprised if this woman did get elected? I wouldn't,
no.
given the state of California.
Conversation.
They probably think this is strong and brave. While you stood up to that Nazi.
Hey, just brother, maybe she can hear me. Dear Anna Kasparian, why don't you run?
Yeah, Anna should.
There's a question. Yeah.
I would legitimately, I would legitimately shill for Anna if she ran.
She's got the benefit.
She does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got appeal on left and right at this point.
Yeah.
And she could get rid of the Young Turks and be in government. It would piss off Cenk and a lot of people in California.
Could you imagine?
Oh my God,
she
Cenk
sends for
would
Cenk.
fucking melt
She sent for Cenk. Oh, it's okay, don't worry. What are you, a new studio? And it's the fucking padded room with a lock on the outside.
We're getting
She traps him in like the H. Jakes Holmes fucking asphyxiation chamber.
I'm me. I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I'm going
No,
to
you're
make
not. You can't even handle a fucking.
As you clench your hands into pig's trotters like fucking Napoleon.
And give up and run away. That's what a leader does upon the slightest pushback.
Yeah.
Brave Sir Robin.
Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue.
Brave Sir Robin.
Really
built like a fridge.
Trying to treat her like a toddler to try and get through the fucking interview.
Job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these, and if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you.
Oh.
I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want.
A little bit too late.
Why did you ask for a live interview then? You fucking dickhead.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
I have an unhappy.
Do you think also the cross necklace is making Asperger?
I noticed that too. I think maybe it is.
Is that why she hasn't laid hands on it yet?
Yes, Satan's feeling a little bit uncomfortable by that crucifix.
I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate feels about every one of these issues that they care about. And redistricting is a massive
Sounds
issue.
like she doesn't
We're gonna do an
care.
Entire story just on the responses to that question, and I've asked everybody the same follow-up questions.
What do you say to the 40%?
Wowie. It's going great for California, huh?
Can you imagine being so shit that you get rid of Gavin Newsom and the only thing you get to replace with is a fat woman? Jesus Christ, California. Can you think of no one better?
Crazy woman, yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda Yutsushai for 5 says, what really haunts me is I'm not really smart enough for so many people to be this much stupider than me. It is astonishing, you know what I mean, man?
That is basically her pitch.
As a dumb man myself, I have found it very disquieting that the fucking median is leaving me behind the dust in the opposite direction than it should.
Right.
You're not that bad, Bill.
William Nunya for 5 says, Truny, Truny, Truny on the floor. Bill, get the mace. Let's hit the door. We got to run. We've got to run. We've got to run right now. I don't get the song reference, but I'm fucking...
I'll work.
Thank you, man. If it is a lyrics that I'm just not getting because it's in text. So, basically, you know, clean, functional cities, that's basically Nazi Germany. I love when they do this shit.
Oh,
like, you know, when they'll put Pritzker, they'll look at like Man in the High Tower and say,
God, he looks like Dumbsy would. He looks like Dumbo with Downs.
Dude. And say, look, this is a terrible future for America. Everything is clean. Everything is organized. Just that's the worst thing it could possibly
How did you manage to be a ostensive, well, obviously not a white man, but with that ear placement, but a white man with fucking Han admixture moon face?
Oh my God, I just realized who he looks like. Mix Winnie the
like Xi
Pooh.
Jinping.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that he looks like Winnie the Pooh mixed with Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping is just is just Xi Jinping's white Sona.
What I know is, in the early days of the Nazi regime,
he really looked like.
Oh my God!
In general, he
what the fuck's like Norm from Piers?
No, wait, let him finish. No one's mentioned the Nazis in like literally 30 years. This is bound to be some new and important.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, he's certainly got a brand new idea here.
What I know is, in the early days of the Nazi regime, they started slowly but surely taking away people's rights. And what we're seeing now is the very same thing.
Absolutely.
They've gone into cities
Whose
now
rights?
with the military.
So?
Think about that. In your lifetime, have you ever seen anything?
You notice how he blinks asynchronously?
Yes,
I was thinking the same thing.
Seen. He does.
And one side of his face is like massively swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right
Pritzker,
side.
I have seen the military have to go into cities in my lifetime. Quite a lot. Because they're Democrat-run shitholes. They lose control of their cities on purpose during the summerly spurgouts. And very often, the feds get called in to help with it.
Because, they also one time
they
used the federal government to enforce desegregation.
That as well, yes.
Bayonet point.
United States.
Yep.
Sending the first airborne, for fuck's sake.
Sorry. Was it, Bill?
I was saying sending in the first fucking airborne to do it.
Yeah.
Military or troops dressed as military, ICE and CBP, in camouflage with automatic weapons into our major cities. It's wrong. And indeed,
why?
Because policing is wrong. Policing crime is wrong. You have to let it run rampant.
It's getting rid of our voters.
Germany.
Picture a sad brown man, so sorrowful, it'll make you just think, let's get rid of laws and shit.
Laws and shit, yeah.
Especially at a time when it's the president of the United States who's causing the mayhem on the ground.
No, he isn't.
Trump is causing the mayhem on the ground in Chicago.
Look, he has got a point, okay? If Trump just laid down and let the communists continue to advance, there wouldn't be a problem.
Exactly.
You got to understand, like,
why
really,
are you resisting?
It's like when Golda Meir was like, the thing that I'll never forgive them for is making us kill their children. It's it's that kind of logic. Really, if they just let us do whatever it is that we want without resistance, we wouldn't have to attack you.
Exactly. It's so simple.
Actually done very well in Chicago, bringing down crime.
Is it? 5, as I'm going to look up here, I'm going to show you in a little bit. 5% of Chicago's population are criminals, like convicted. 5%.
Which race?
I mean, just in general, but you can probably guess.
Are the of the melanated variety?
So this is fascism. When you send the police in, or the federal,
Fascism is when you have law and order.
But this is not. So the FBI fires agents, dismantles corruption squad after probe unveils monitoring of GOP senators, Patel says.
Fox News alert. Fox Digital exclusively reporting moments ago the FBI says former special counsel Jack Smith tracked private communications and calls of nearly a dozen Republican senators. This during the January 6th investigation.
Yeah. Whoops. So they were just monitoring them. It was, I know Hawley said that he was. Who else? Of course, Kash Patel revealed on Tuesday. Let's see. Baseless monitoring during the Biden administration. Promise more actions to come. We are cleaning up a diseased temple. Dude, his language is always fucked. 3 decades in the making. He can't help himself.
Oh, he's sailing pretty close to the edge there, bro. My God.
Holy shit. Identifying them.
When you're throwing down lines that are legit lifted from what's it called? When Leonidas is a fucking CIA agent.
Somebody call the EDO very quickly. My God.
No.
Identifying the rot, removing those who weaponize law enforcement for political purposes, and those who do not meet the standards of the
law-abiding citizen.
While restoring integrity of the FBI, I promise reform. I intend to deliver it, Patel said in a statement to Fox News Digital.
That line's legit stolen from a law-abiding citizen, in which the film where fucking Gerard Butler plays a disgraced CIA.
By the way, if you want to fix the FBI, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, there you go.
And get rid of the CIA as well, and the NSA.
So it was Mike Kelly, Lindsey Graham, Bill Haggerty, Josh Hawley, Dan Sullivan, Tommy Tuberville, Ron Johnson, Cynthia Loomis, and Marsha Blackburn. All
Those
had
are
their
people
phones
who were
wiretapped, yeah.
Yeah, probably by the Israelis.
Well, by the FBI. I mean, maybe the Israelis were involved as well, but it was the FBI doing it
probably
directly.
the same thing.
Does it say what mechanism they used to do the tapping? Did they use Pegasus or something like that?
Not from what I mean, this is just the document. It's this one unclassified fucking page with half of it, blacked out. So I have no idea. Preliminary toll analysis on limited toll records associated with the following U.S. senators. That's all they've released. I don't know if they're going to release anything more about this specifically. But did this just happen today?
So toll records are when they ask the carrier for call connection details. I'm not sure in the modern age how useful that would be. I mean, how many people actually call people anymore, unless they have upgraded the definition of toll statements to include data now, which I honestly I wouldn't put it past them. But that was the original thing of what toll statements were.
Oh, I didn't know that. Fascinating. Thank you, man. Because I didn't know what that meant. Looney Lenny for 2 says, she's an evil, power-hungry witch. Damn censors. And for another 2 says, I want Trump
that could be anyone, by the way,
to submit to him. Trump did something this week that I want to show you guys, which was he just kind of flexed and you'll have to see it. Every once in a while, Trump still manages to make me laugh by him just. I thought it was illegal to own people the way that he did.
Damn that 13th Amendment.
Yeah, I know. Was this it, actually? No, it's not. Eric Trump flipped the script on Chris Cuomo live on air, leaving him shocked. Cuomo accused President Trump of going after his political opponents the moment he took office, and then we get into the response relating to the wiretapping or whatever it was very specifically.
Do you think that it is fair to say it looks like the administration is going after its political opponents now and doing...
You would never do that.
...exactly what you say you oppose?
What, Comey? Because I mean, it seemed very clear to me in the congressional testimony. I don't know, just watching it, I certainly seemed like he lied to me. I mean, I'm also wondering what an FBI director is doing, taking memos from the FBI and leaking them to the New York Times. I mean, Chris, I'm a guy that hopes that the FBI director would be keeping planes from flying into buildings, keeping our country safe, keeping the Western way of life safe. Instead, this guy is, communicating every single day with the New York Times. I mean, I'd hope a lot better, but I find it so ironic that you're literally one that's pushing back on the weaponization of government when the very same people that were coming after us, went after your brother, like hounds. I mean, they did everything they could to destroy his governorship. They did everything they could to destroy his life. They did everything they could to destroy you. I sat in that same seat. The only difference is my last name wasn't Cuomo. My last name was Trump. They were trying to destroy my father. And by doing that, they were trying to destroy me, and they were trying to destroy the Trump organization. They were trying to take all our assets and strip our name off of every building in New York City. You've been on the receiving end of the very same people that I've been on the receiving end of. So to play coy with me as if this isn't happening in the United States of America just seems ironic and foolish given what you've been through more so than anybody.
Dude, he's so cooked. What? I mean, yeah, Chris.
That's the face of, he's got a point.
Yeah, he sure does, doesn't he?
Hold on a second. What did you just say that you think I'm doing? I'm asking you questions about whether or not...
He's stun locked. I don't think he has any idea how to respond to that.
This is something wrong that I detest about this concept of we don't go after our political opponent. Because that's like something that the third world does. It's the exact same thing as the first world. It's just there's no violence involved. But you do the exact same fucking thing. You either ignore it.
he's just doing that leftist thing where he pretends not to understand a precisely worded statement.
Yeah, as Woz said,
I don't understand. Like, what are you even saying?
Just pull a fucking Comey and just like, I'll say, oh, sorry, I can't hear you. I think my headset's cut out or some bullshit like that. No,
it really is, though. It's what makes discourse with them impossible, because they just pretend to not understand constantly. And it is infuriating. It's why you have to do things like even that
some would say
CBS
it's
report.
bad
You have
faith.
to talk to them like they are children,
Really,
and even
Bill, I
then
had
they
no
still
idea.
can't respond.
I've never heard that term bandied around though. Not used willingly or completely frivolously, like by people who we know.
I've been getting so much use out of that millennial woes quote.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like after I'm
It's
like
so
about
accurate.
five replies deep with an idiot, I just post that at them. Basically, it's like I don't understand this very basic definition of stuff.
Yeah, it's just outside of my grasp. By the way, I am very smart, and you're retarded, but I won't say that because they've started using retard again. World is healing in that sense.
We are healing. We are this close to getting the F slur back, and when that's back, we're back, boys. But I'll say this much: why would anyone expect good faith from people with none at all?
Yeah, and as Dominus Grimm,
that's a
as
good
he
quote.
says, he should have brought up that his father had 2 assassination attempts, which didn't happen to Chris. But he's trying clearly to relate to him and say, this is the exact same. This is the FBI that is fucking with conservatives and have fucked with your family. You don't have any ability to empathize or any ability to understand that this is a problem? No, of course not. I'm just confused. I'm a little hatchling.
Wrong is also wrong to do the same thing when you get back in power, which certainly happened the first time.
So welcome to what he said, which is that it's wrong when you do it. Just ignore when we do it. It's only wrong when you do it.
The administration came in, you went right after Biden, and I don't mean you weren't part of the administration. I'll get to you in a second in terms of what's going on right now. But if you think I'm playing coy, you don't know me as well as you should.
Chris,
I'm not playing coy. I know what happened to me,
Chris,
Eric.
did we-
I'm
did-
saying
Chris,
that
and it was
what is
horrible what
happening
happened to
now looks like what was done to you. That's why I'm asking the question.
Did we raid Biden's home? Did we try and bankrupt Biden? Did they come after us? Did we weaponize every AG and DA?
Did they?
Against Biden? Did we do that?
I think they raided his holiday home at one time.
From hell, pictures.
I don't think. Has Biden had one of his?
That was the one where they were. One of his vacation homes had like.
That was Trump.
No, there was another one where because they found he had like an extra server sat there next to a fucking sports car. Remember?
That was Trump.
I was remembering that.
There's a bunch of documents sitting in his.
Yeah, there was documents
Corvette.
that were sitting next to the Corvette. That's right. That did happen. But that was.
Yes.
Yeah. That did happen. Okay.
Was that not the garage that Hunter Biden had access to?
Yeah, I think that was actually over Hunter rather than over Biden himself.
Yeah, the secret files. Yeah, next to his Corvette. Right.
Of cocaine, illicit drug use, prostitution. Did we do that? Did we make up a
Much
dirty
like everybody else in
dossier,
Congress.
About Biden?
Yeah.
Did they try and destroy Biden's marriage? Was any of that true? I mean, did we make up stories that Biden had secret servers in the basement of his home communicating with the Kremlin in Russia? Did we strip Biden off the ballot of multiple states? Did we take Biden off of Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and try and silence his voice so he couldn't communicate? Did we put Biden in a courtroom every single day? 91 felony counts that have all been overturned for my father now, right? For nonsense, to try and keep him off of a campaign trail and to try and destroy his life. Did we do any of that?
Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of good questions.
I would have liked to have seen his reaction.
Yeah, I don't. That's the only part of it that I had. But he got totally fucking rumbled. He got completely booty blasted by Eric Trump. And the astonishing thing too is that whole series of questioning happened from him expressing empathy and being like, "Yeah, it was horrible what happened to you." Yeah, but do you understand, Eric? We're allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do anything back to us. Ever.
Amazing Cuomo, because Cuomo had moments where he's just saying and then he would just jolt back to the CNN fucker.
Yeah. So this one I just titled what? Upholding the rule of law, ICE deporting criminal illegals, and Kimmel getting canceled for lying about Charlie Kirk's death is all part of Trump's master plan to rule America forever.
If that's the case, then he should.
Yeah, but these people are fucking insane. They live in a completely disconnected reality.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's just look
Yes.
at this plan. Let's see, convert the
Yeah.
justice system into a political witching operation. You literally
Which
did that
they
with
did.
Trump and hunting with his when his mansion. Eliminate the free press and replace it with state-run media. I mean, you already do that. I mean,
You
that's
did
just,
that.
I mean, but that's already how it works now. There's no
Right,
such thing
yeah.
as a free press. That's bullshit.
Not really.
Militarize law enforcement. Fucking if only they might actually do something useful for a change. Seize control of government. Seize control of government spending and taxation.
You know what the government already has control of.
Yeah, that's a weird one. And rig the rules.
Rig the rules. You know what you
What
guys
is-
did.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I'm guessing
it means to partially apply the law depending on your political alignment, which of course is something that the Democrats would never do because
That's the same
they're
thing as the
good
first
guys,
one.
bro. And
Yes.
if they did, they would only be targeting like bad people like racists and
Right.
Republicans. So
Right.
really, if you think about it, that portion of the population need to be exterminated anyway because
Yeah,
they're
they don't have
holding back
rights.
progress. So
Yeah.
they're not really people, you know, in the way that sort of like we understand. There's us, the humans, and then there's the ooh, right?
Right,
you know,
the subhumans,
people who have
yeah.
no place in our society. So really, if you think about it, it's actually the worst crime in the world for this situation to be reversed against us.
It really is.
See the indictment of Comey, the cancellation of Kimmel, the troops in Chicago as different events. They are all part of the same story. They are all part of a
Narrative
plan,
crafting.
a well thought out plan to
I
try to
fucking
destroy
wish.
American democracy and
Based.
create a new set of
Yeah, I wish this
absolutely
was the
fucking
plan.
based.
I wish.
I am
Dude,
100%
they
in
always
favor
make-
of American democracy being demolished because it's fucking
Me
cringy.
too. They always make Trump sound so much more
Much
based
more
than
based than he
actually
actually is. Yeah, absolutely. Fucking tell me about it.
rules that will allow Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my
allies.
question: is when we eventually get our our little ethno states, can I send all the English back, please? I want rid of these cunts. I really do. I am sick to death.
You mean the
to
brown
rule
ones?
forever.
And the
No, he has
no such thing as a white Englishman.
God damn, Bill. I try to give you an opportunity to be like someone
know-
based, and you're like, no, absolutely everyone that doesn't look like me. Fuck him.
What,
I want to
Bill
purge
does
all of
look
like,
like
90
them. He just looks like a Norman. Something he's got a large.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Norman
Like,
skull.
he doesn't consider any of them whites. I'm just like, no, you don't even look
No,
like me. Fuck
he only
off.
considers pure Guernsey Norman ancestry. To be
Pure
white.
Sarnian DNA. Not those cunts from the south of the island, though. Fuck them too. I will
be like
feed
this
dead in
solid-
the ground before I break bread with a fucking Tortavalian.
Have like an ethno state of like 100 people.
Yeah. Oh, it's like that. It's like that episode of Murdoch, where they're all trying to
Guys,
get into the
what
white.
is white?
Guys, what is white?
100% of Bavarian phenotype.
I watched the.
This
I
sounds
still.
extreme.
So the funniest bit is when he
They're
meets
coming
the
back,
dumb.
by the way.
Yeah, I know. I still laugh at it when he meets the dumb chick. In the restaurant.
Oh
the
yeah,
401k, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you? What really motivates you? I like macaroni art and finger paint. That fucking kills me to this day.
Isn't that meant to be the mentally challenged porno star?
I think it was.
Yeah, what
Oh,
her
is it?
name
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Uh,
God. Murdoch, we miss you, bros. We miss you.
in our times of darkness, they have returned. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you connect the dots,
Murdoch the White.
if you allow yourself to see the whole story, the totality
The
of
totality
this
of your
story,
fucking schizo dream. Yeah.
you will see the grave danger that we are in.
Yeah. All shit that you have all done besides militarizing law enforcement.
Stop making Trump sound so fucking based. Like he's not gonna do
I
any of
know.
this shit.
I know.
Fucking wish
It's
you
so
would.
unfair. It's so unfair. They make him sound so much cooler than he is.
I mean, they don't really need to militarize law enforcement because the only populations that really are armed in places like California are the criminals, and they're clearly not going after them. So,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
they only really need to attack like the whites
They
and the
don't-
law abiding.
Exactly. They don't have to militarize the law enforcement. They've filled all their, cities with armed criminals. So yeah, exactly. So this was okay. This is a short clip with Mark Carney.
Oh yeah, because his daughter is trans.
Is trans, yes. And just look at his face.
I hear having a trans child is actually quite the accessory if you want to advance within the global government.
It is.
It's it gives you so many excellent
Bonus
good
points.
boy points if you want to.
It really does.
what's
sacrifice
that?
Your child, yeah.
What's that? Eunuchs are popular with the fucking upper crust of nightmare creatures. No surprises fucking there. Nothing's changed in literally 2,500 fucking years. Can we please get past what China's been doing for that long?
So here, by the way, have they finished the remodeling of this room yet? It is so gold now.
What the fuck even is this? It looks like Hastur's masturbatorium.
It looks like they took a Baroque artist, like resurrected him, stuffed him full of meth, and was just like, go wild.
This looks like
unlimited gold leaf.
Unlimited gold and all the meth you can possibly eat. Go wild.
Okay, we're gonna make fucking Austin Powers 3 Gold Member 2 Hastur edition. Here we are.
Gold member, I don't like you very much. I mean, I like gold. You like gold, but you're doing some bad stuff. Why don't you come and work for me? Clean up your act.
I love Dutch architecture.
I love the Dutch.
Actually, a pretty good impression there, still.
It is good.
I will not be able to replicate that. That was complete fluke.
We have no men and women's sports. We're not. We're not going to take your child away and change.
No, that made him fucking perk up.
We're not going to.
Oh my god, we're not going to take your child away and change the sex of your child. Just to watch it again.
Watch it,
already looking down.
His fucking head snaps around like The Exorcist.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have no men and women's sports. Basic things. We're not. We're not going to take your child away and change the sex of your child. We're not going to do things like that. What they're doing. Crap, and now it's.
Oh, they're woke crap. Yeah. Oh my god, that is pure assertion of dominance.
The thing that I just find so bizarre is that how does no one just pause and go, how the fuck did we get here?
I don't know.
Because when you say some shit like, we're not going to take away and try to change the sex of your kid, like, does no one want to pause and just go, okay, this like legit sounds like we live in schizo time.
Yeah, and upset him.
Shut the fuck up, you absolute retards. You are all fucking insane.
And that upset him because it's like, no, it's my right to take away your kids and change their sex. So that was upsetting, I guess.
As long as they're white, Aiden, right?
Of course.
We don't want to disadvantage peoples of color, right?
Right, of course not.
Okay?
That's because their kids aren't born.
Those who are born with privilege and need to get their junk.
If they're born at all, they're already privileged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ardent for Two says finale of Casino Royale tonight on Ardent Party Rumble. Yeah, go check it out. Ardent Party on Rumble. One word like that, I think. Right, Ardent?
You'll let us know.
Yeah, check him out. Ardent is a good lad. He's a good lad.
Yes.
And as a newfie, he is an
honorary
Orwellian.
Carney, man. I'm so sorry that he is this. Oof. But that was some
one
pretty
word,
intense
apparently.
dominance assertion. It was one word, huh? Yeah. So the ADL has scrubbed 1,000 entries, or is removing them, from the ADL's glossary of extremism, which has served as a source of high-level information on a wide range of topics for years. At the same time, we're in...
Yeah, fucking right.
Well, no, they have 1,000 in there. They're not. What they're doing is we saw a number of entries that intentionally misrepresented and are misused. Now, specifically, what prompted this is that Turning Point USA was listed in the ADL's glossary as essentially a terrorist group. And after the murder of Charlie Kirk, well, they caught a lot of flack for that. So even the ADL had to move a little bit. But this, of course, just means they're obfuscating it. Moreover, our experts have continued to develop more comprehensive resources and innovative ways to provide information about anti-Semitism, extremism, and hate. You prioritize that one, of course. At ADL, it is the ADL, but We are always looking for how we can and should do things better. That's why we're moving to retire the glossary effectively immediately. This will allow the and I don't think you can access it anymore. I think it is pretty much gone. This will allow the ADL to explore new strategies and creative approaches to deliver our data and the shit you make up in your heads, and present our research. No, it's not research. More effectively.
Sources cited. Jewish crack pipe.
Yeah. Liam. Keep us focused on ensuring what we do best, fighting anti-Semitism and hate in the most impactful ways possible, which is why we're just gonna fucking remove our entire hate glossary, because it's oy vey. They seem to have caught on to it.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Shut it down.
It's really interesting what is happening at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All of the sort of strategies that ADL and associated groups have been using in order to, how do I put this delicately, control the narrative of the Gentiles, let's say, are now not only delivering diminishing returns, they are actually starting to work against them. The sort of the way that this has been working up to this point is you don't engage in the argument. You just use smears, you use guilt by association, you attempt to shut these people down, stop them from talking. But these strategies have been having diminishing returns for ages, and now they have crossed the line to the point where they are actually hurting these causes. And this is a really interesting point, because the only place for them to now move to is to actually have the discussion that they have not wanted to have for ages and ages and ages. And you're seeing a lot of people flame out over this thing because all of the tactics that have worked previously are just no one's buying it anymore. The only place to move is to have the conversation. And the problem is you're going to wind up having to defend the indefensible, and that's not a good position to be in. It's going to be very interesting, like how this goes.
Yeah, I think that is true. I mean, they've lost so much of the left, seemingly some sort of tactical error involving Israel. And even now, like the stuff with Hassan, the big thing about, as we're moving into, the stuff with Hassan is if you say anything about him or criticize anything he does, including potentially abusing his dog, they will just respond back to without thinking, of course. Yeah, but there's a war in Gaza. They've become very one-track minded about that, and that they have made in their heads Israel is the great Satan for the left right now. So yeah, the ADL has got to figure out some way around that, I guess, and that probably is part of it. So
they are comprehensively screwed, in my opinion. Like they have spent so much time on cultivating this narrative of genocide. That, you know, World War II, genocide, to then turn around and be comprehensively accused and caught on film doing this exact same thing. It just destroys the moral distance that they were sort of trying to keep intact. This idea that they were a group more
always
moral
persecuted, never did anything wrong ever. We were just persecuted for no reason. Yeah.
And once they are on the same moral footing as everybody else, or even a worse moral footing because of what's going on, none of these tactics work anymore.
No.
In fact, you could actually say this is kind of similar to what has happened to the West generally. Like if you look at the UK, back in the day, you know, particularly say before Iraq, you know, the West would go around to other countries and be like, oh yes, you know, we're very, very moral, I'm a liberal democracy. You know, don't eat that baby. Maybe you should have liberal democracy. You know, don't do horrible things.
Maybe you should have some liberal democracy at the end of a bullet. But yeah.
And then the West spent this moral superiority essentially, you know, inciting like a bunch of wars around the world. And now they have lost that moral legitimacy that used to be the backing for so many of their projects. And now they turn up in other countries and they try it on with the moral bullshit, and the Africans in particular just be like, look, the Chinese will just give us money and they don't give us a lecture, so you can just fuck right off. And the Western sort of goody two shoes people, they just don't know how to respond, because they're like, what do you mean you don't want you know, what do you mean you don't want
democracy,
liberal democracy? I'm like, well, look,
The Chinese give us money without that, so who cares, right?
It's a right state of affairs, honestly.
It is. Yes, exactly. Yeah, excellent point. Brad Parscale, or Parscale, former, I don't know how you pronounce it, former Trump campaign manager, has registered as a foreign agent for Israel to produce pro-Israel content aimed at Gen Z, per The Hill. His company, Clock Tower X LLC, secured a $6 million contract. According to Responsible Statecraft, Israel hired Parscale to manipulate algorithms and reach Gen Z on platforms like TikTok, which Israel is trying to buy right now.
No, they have bought it.
Did they buy it? Did it actually go through? Okay,
yeah. It's gone through. The Rothschilds sold their stake in The Economist.
Yep.
And they put in a stake to buy TikTok.
So, all right. So, it is good for everyone.
It's not going to work. It is not. It is not.
It's a last-ditch effort, really.
I don't think it's going to work. For propaganda to work, you need to have some credibility in the source, and they have now trashed their credibility completely. I think this is not going to work, and in fact, is going to backfire. Actually, this is truly the end stage of this entire endeavor. It's messed up. Also,
I don't know what you're going to do. What are? I would just imagine every Gen Z person is going to leave TikTok, because why would they stay on there if it's all essentially Israeli propaganda?
Another one is already spinning up. I think it's called M2. So someone's going to spin up a TikTok clone.
Yeah.
Everyone will migrate over there.
Yep.
They've already been going through and just removing all the past footage of what went down in Gaza to erase the historic record.
wow.
Very out of character, obviously.
Oh, yes, of course.
Also, I don't know if you've caught this story, Aiden, but it has been reported. People have been scouring the FARA registry, right? FARA is the Foreign Agents Registration Act, and foreign states have to register in the US if they're doing political activity. And one of the things that S2 Underground dug up was this plan to geofence Christian Zionist-leaning churches in the American Southwest and hit them with specifically pro-Israel advertising.
I did see this,
after they get out of church. And I mean, speaking for
it's
America,
so insanely targeted at that. Yeah, just every time you leave church and you're feeling all, thinking about God and feeling full of the Spirit, and here's a bunch of very targeted messaging just for you about your greatest ally.
They can't target the Catholics.
Yeah.
They can't target the Orthodox.
No.
In fact, someone was saying to me on Twitter, like, it's conspicuous how they're not even trying to target the Catholics or the Orthodox. They are firmly going for the Baptists, the Episcopalians, all of these sort of very
Pentecostals,
very
all that,
You say that,
basically.
You say that, but there is from what I have heard from my colleagues who are, I know I have friends who are Orthodox. Greek Orthodox Church is like completely compromised now.
I mean, I'm not surprised by that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
what you mean the ACA? Is it OCA, the Orthodox Church of America? They're compromised.
From what I've heard, yeah, they are. They've been selling the fucking. They've been selling the same line that the Anglicans have been selling for the last 5 years. They've started recently.
When I was in America, I went to a Greek Orthodox church. The one that I went to, it was basically very Protestant. It was essentially a mix between Orthodox and Protestant. And then we went to the Russian Orthodox church, that was much more trad. I mean, even though I'm not massively into Russian Orthodox, like, a Russian church is better than a compromised church.
Right. Yeah. Here's this from Netanyahu.
Okay. You said you talked about the woke right, and you said I call it the woke right.
Oh, we played this last week, didn't we? Yeah.
God,
it's the woke right.
Reich. Everybody left. Yeah, I think we played this last week. Actually, I wasn't sure if it was a different video. I will just play it. Look how there was a long pause.
That is a death of Stalin ass laugh right there.
It really is pure death of Stalin shit.
The woke right, because these people, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're delusional. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part.
By the way, literally the only thing those two sides have in common, the only thing those two sides have in common is they don't like you.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much.
Like literally, they fuck
I mean,
what else
that's
in common.
James Lindsay's ultimate rationale, is it not? is that there must be a woke right because there's conservatives, people on the right who also don't like Israel. Did you see this? Let me. I'll post.
Yeah,
this.
by the way,
and
wanting
Lindsay
people to
has
fuck
been-
off is not actually a political issue. That's more just like that's just an issue of sovereignty.
Yeah. Where was this stupid tweet?
Yeah.
He responded to
Let's-
Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, here it
Yes,
is.
Lindsay has been doing the full support.
Oh, yeah.
Saar, like just to a crazy degree. Like he was always quite
Yeah, that's just
pro-Israel,
unbelievably
and now
fucking
he's-
cringe.
Look at this. So,
Pro
Marjorie Taylor
America,
Greene-
like what the
Yeah.
fucking hell? Oh my god, he's
Yeah.
such a
Pro
fucking
America.
retard. He's
So
click on the Benjamin Boyce tweet down the bottom.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, here we go. Leave the cult.
The cult
And
Benjamin.
Ben, if you are watching Ben Boyce, leave the cult, bro.
Hey, Ben Boyce, I'll
Oh.
see you tomorrow.
So dismissive. My God.
Hold on a second.
but yeah.
I think I quote tweeted that, or just like
Yeah.
pinched it, and I think my I got 356. I think I actually fucking ratioed him. Hold on, let me see here.
I mean, it's not difficult to ratio Lindsay at this point, but just leave the cult.
Oh yeah, I did. Look.
Benjamin. Jesus Christ. Hang on,
Oh,
let me see.
I'll link it. Yeah.
Is it like-
Yes.
Linky.
Yeah, there we go. I did 600.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, hang on.
I didn't even need to fucking quote tweet him. This is there.
Leave the cult. Someone put this fucking retard out of its misery. Yeah. Ratio.
Yeah.
It still is now. That was you got 682. What is he sitting at now? On that tweet. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
you're
ratioed.
fucked.
Fuck yeah.
So
But also,
Marjorie
click on
Taylor
the-
Greene tweeted the flags, by the way, and the reason why he's upset is because it was October 7th. That's the holy day, or whatever.
Do you know what's really funny?
That's Holocaust too.
Do you
Click
know
on
what's
the
really
Marjorie
funny?
Taylor Greene
Look,
tweet
hold on.
and see what it was that she was replying to.
Right, which
Right,
was
see? Okay,
yeah.
so someone did all the Israel flags,
Yeah,
like
sorry, David.
infinite, and MTG is like America,
Yeah,
because
obvious,
she's American,
'cause she's
and
yeah.
probably a fascist.
Oh,
wanting
my
America
God.
for Americans. I've never heard such a
Terrible.
diabolical political position.
And James Lindsay responds with this: America flag, Israel flag, over and over again. So, like, what does this imply? That America is 1/3 Jewish, essentially, or is America?
Yeah, it just means he's a Shaba.
Yeah, is what it really means.
You know what it implies?
Yeah.
America
He's a
foist,
homosexual?
but Israel foister.
Oy vey. Or Israel foister, yes. Just put an American flag in front of it so that you can hide that. I mean, like, this seems, honestly, if anyone else tweeted this, it would seem like an anti-Semitic dog whistle. The Jews control America is the kind of, like, shit you could get out of that, you know what I mean? Like, God, he's such an idiot.
Oh yeah, he's
Jews control America. By the way, we can't sell
Yeah.
TikTok. It can't be to the Chinese, but we'll just sell it to the Jewish. It's like,
Yeah. Oh wait, I missed.
what now?
Sorry, got the wrong one in the way. They kidnapped Greta, by the way. Or which
I do like that she is pissing off a bunch of people that I don't like.
That is true. So this is Matt Gaetz here talking about AI.
Oh, yeah, you
pack,
saw this.
IPAC, whatever. Yeah,
So
yeah.
we now know why it is that Matt Gaetz didn't get Attorney General.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I know
that's-
now.
yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
already obvious.
I think this had something to do with it, right? Oh, yeah, just spitballing here.
Oh, that wasn't a joke, by the way. I don't know if it'll be live tomorrow, but I am going to go on with. I'll be on with Benjamin Boyce tomorrow. Actually,
Yeah.
speaking of, so that'll be fun.
You
It's always just
on
Dr.
with Boyce tomorrow? Oh
Yeah.
man, that'll be awesome. Best of luck. Best of
Oh
luck.
yeah, it's
that'll
always
be great.
Always great to talk to him. He's a really cool guy.
Initially, I resented the fact that there was no appreciation for nuance. Like if you asked any questions about any decision of the Israeli government in any place regarding settlements, regarding Gaza, whatever.
Yeah, I wonder why he was passed up on.
You were like
For that useless hole.
you had deviated from the script, and I just in any policy area I had resentment over that. And then I saw the way the AIPAC worked, and that was weird for like a country lawyer like me. I remember my first AIPAC reception, and like your fundraiser tells you have to go, and your chief of staff tells you have to go, your committee chairman all tell you have to go, and you get there and you wear this name badge, and I remember there's a QR code on it. And what we were supposed to do was go talk to donors, and then if they liked you, they scanned your QR code to make a donation.
It's like a brothel. It's literally like a brothel. Like,
You are-
Did they check his teeth? Like as well? Like fucking hell.
Crazy shit. And by the way, I don't think there's been any real pushback on this because it appears that they all, or at least other people, have also corroborated this as being true.
Of course, it's true.
Yeah, of course it is. I know, but it's just
I
that's
just find it really funny because
that must be fake. No, of course not.
Might as well just tuck in. Like, I guess after COVID, you can't just tuck 20s into their waistband anymore, can you?
I suppose not.
No, I just find it funny because
buy yourself something nice, kid.
V did a video a while ago where he just said the people of Congress should just have they should just be auctioned because that's basically how they're treated. And then this thing came out like a couple of days later. I'm like, Jesus, V, that's
like a sponsorship on a jacket.
Car. Yeah, or like a sports car. They go get the big logo fucking printed on your face and body whenever you walk around.
Brand it on.
DC.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Oh, can you imagine how dehumanizing that would be?
Oh, yeah.
To be in that, like,
they're Goyim, so
you join the government. You're like, I'm gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be part of the government. Then 3 years later, you're in a room full of APAC people with a barcode around your fucking neck.
Yeah.
Chatting up these like hoping they'll scan your QR code and send you some shekels. Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
It's
Do you
crazy.
think afterwards they go and like cry in the shower?
Yeah, definitely. You have to after that. If you've just been bought and you've been sold yourself and bought by the first Israeli who possibly scan your QR code.
So gross.
And so can you just imagine how demoralizing that is to like be told that your job for the next several hours to go chat people up, hoping they would scan you like a can of tomato soup on the way out of the meeting.
I mean, it's literally purchasing.
Right. And so I saw that and I was like, wow, that is so freaking weird. And then, I was in Israel. I went multiple times, and I did not like the fact that I found someone in my room rooting around in my stuff.
Jesus,
should not have been there at the King David Hotel when I came back to my room when no one was expecting me to be back in my room. And I just
presumably Israeli law
enforcement. Well, I don't know who it was. I just thought, like, this is weird. All of these things combined are odd, and then the policy outgrowth seems to be an obsession about the Middle East that has not served my generation well. I just don't.
Yeah.
I do question at what point you think to yourself, maybe I should stop coming back to this shithole country where they rifle through my things,
right,
and start to whore me out to the highest bidder.
Right.
Essentially, like.
By the way, as I'll get to, Tommy Robinson's going.
Yeah, that's
for the Tama fans out there.
Well, considering that when the bloke was in fucking Northern Ireland, they on a I can't remember what I remember hearing about this. I can't remember.
Tommy's gonna kiss the wall.
He's gonna kiss the. I think he already has.
Tommy.
Hey.
Yeah, gotta put a little bumper powder on it to make sure he gets good and deep.
Right. Yeah. Make sure. Yeah.
Make sure you kiss real deep into the wall there, Tommy. There'll be a prostitute in there somewhere.
So yeah, they got Greta. Several international activists deported from Israel after joining a Gaza aid flotilla have accused Israeli forces of mistreating climate campaigner Greta Thunberg. The 137 deportees landed in Istanbul on Saturday, including 36 Turkish nationals, alongside activists from the U.S., Italy, Malaysia, etc. A Turkish journalist and Gaza Samud flotilla participant Ersin Selik told the local media outlets that he witnessed Israeli forces torture Greta Thunberg, describing how she was dragged on the ground and forced to kiss the Israeli flag.
Bruh.
Speaking of.
Bruh.
Yeah, now this is Al Jazeera, but I'm going to go with Al Jazeera for this one, and I chose it for a reason. just so you, I mean...
It is a quotation.
It is a quotation, though. Malaysian activist Hazwani Helmi and American participant Winfred Beaver gave similar accounts at an Istanbul airport, alleging Thunberg was shoved and paraded with an Israeli flag. It was a disaster. They treated us like animals. Beaver said Thunberg was treated terribly, used as propaganda, and they did have her... Did they have her record a video, or did I dream that? There's so much AI shit now, I don't even know it's real anymore.
I can't remember.
I saw AA posting about it.
I'm just not surprised by anything
Nor am
Israel
I.
does anymore. I don't know why there are people still out there who are like expecting them to behave any differently. It's just like, oh yeah.
I gotta say, all those like things like, oh, blood libel was such a horrible thing that I'm not so sure no more.
Right. And here's the.
Well, I was never not sure.
Yeah, Israeli minister invites English far-right leaders, sparking outrage among UK's Jewish community. Say it ain't so.
Tommy!
Great picture of him.
Everyone's very Coke Elemental.
An Israeli minister has clashed with the UK's leading Jewish organizations after lauding a leader for the English far-right and inviting him to visit the country. NBC, of course. Tommy Robinson, a convicted fraudster with a violent criminal record who is well known for inspiring rallies of mostly white, mostly male followers shouting
how white are they really?
Yeah, everyone respect for Greta, the most conservatives, even though she's adult. Yeah, I know. They bullied her. They bullied Greta. Like, look, we all bully her, but not like that. You know,
we just give her shit for a fetal alcohol syndrome. We don't make her kiss weird flags and shit.
Drag her around. No. It's sickening. Let's see. Mostly white stalker-style chants against Islam and immigration. Accepted the invitation from Amichai Chikli, Israel's minister for the diaspora and combating anti-Semitism. Chikli called Robinson, whose real name Stephen Yaxi Lenin, a courageous leader on the front line against radical Islam. Yeah.
He's not.
Well, this is. I have been saying this for a while, and trust me, not just me. Many people have. Is that Tommy is bought, paid for, and I don't know what you're supposed to say to this.
Did you have a look on Company's House for the founding of the EDL? The EDL was literally originally called the English and Jewish Defense League. If you doubt me, just look it up. It's on Company's House. It was originally called the English and Jewish Defense League, and then it changed to the English Defense League. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
they came up in the terrorism research I was looking for because they're in the database. So yeah, so I was just thinking about them the other day. Curiously enough, I didn't know that though. That is very interesting. Oh, so yeah, here's.
don't put the cart before the old shit, mate. You want to really savor this one.
Yeah, here we go. She's really. Do?
Frame one is already spooling up.
Yeah, she's already got the face on. I'm gonna play this twice. It's only 10 seconds.
That's what her face looks like every other day.
True. Once.
Only when she had
first
the weird
time,
tight bob.
We could pay attention to Anna, and the second time I want you to pay attention to Cenk.
Like, yes, we're gonna surveil everybody. Everyone will be on their best behavior. Yes, you're a freak. You're a total creep.
Okay.
All right.
This is a really good. Okay, here's the trick. If you want to really train your peripheral vision, look only at the Young Turks logo and watch both at the same time. That's how you train good peripheral vision.
Probably, but look at Cenk and how he just knows what's happening and he doesn't know how to stop it.
Yeah,
yes, we're
the little twitch there at the corner of the mouth.
Best behavior. Yes, you're a freak. You're a total creep.
Okay.
Cenk is like, we're dead.
It's literally okay. The guy who's Sam Hyde's co-host, the guy who said like when he had that crash out in that interview this year, he said like my entire my entire fucking career flashed before my eyes, 16 years and 10 seconds. So this motherfucker's gonna do it to me again. Like that's what we're seeing here. We're watching Cenk's entire career flash before his eyeballs.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
How is this? He's thought to himself, it can't possibly be worse than the time I talked about the horses. Oh no!
Just the zoom in on it.
Now, my favourite thing, it's missed in this one, but on the actual one, there's a point where the corner of his mouth twitches horribly.
Everyone will be on their best behavior. Yes.
Can you play the full thing again, and can you post this link in the chat? I need this. I have to have a copy of this, please.
It's so good, right? Here you go.
Yeah, if you watch Cenk's mouth,
all right, one more.
It really does like twitch horribly right at the start.
Should I do the one that's zoomed in on him?
It doesn't show it on that one because it's shortened.
We have to see Anna. We have to see Anna.
Okay, yeah. All right, one more.
Like, yes, we're gonna surveil everybody. Everyone will be on their best behavior. Yes, you're a freak. You're a total creep.
Welcome to our side of politics and the Kasperian.
Oh my god!
Welcome, Anna.
Man, shit is really spiraling out of control.
I know.
Things are popping off.
Even 2 or 3 years ago, anyone like
Any of
on
it had happened.
like, oh my god, this is insane.
And did the hand rubbing.
Merchant posting on fucking live feed.
1 second, I have to go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Well, boys, it's time for us to take over the show.
I'll play this, I guess. Oh no, no.
Oh, anything to gold brick the lads. That's how it is. I see how it is.
Go ahead, go ahead.
We already had 2 N-word towers. We don't need to hear this one.
Yeah.
We've sufficiently purged each other away from their folk.
Bros, mods are asleep. You know.
By the way, but Bill, I have to ask, what the fuck is that thing at the bottom right-hand corner?
Hmm?
Oh my god. It's Black
Fucking
Schmeagol.
hell.
It is like
Really?
Black Schmeagol.
Alright.
Black Schmeagol.
I get it. Black women go bald really early because of all the weave wearing, but do you need a comb over? Really?
What the fuck is the one on the left then? It looks like a fat Urukai.
I think that's a Pacific Islander of some kind on the left.
Are you sure?
They are very. They're all mixed out that way. That's like probably.
Fuck a white woman in the back is like, I'm surrounded by too many minorities.
Fucking. What's that bitch who plays fucking Captain Marvel? Never remember her name because she can't act. That's gonna bug me.
Brie Larson.
Okay.
Brie Larson, yeah, like a greasy Brie Larson.
Greasy breeze.
Gruyere Larson.
Gruyere.
Today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
Oh, wow. Based. The mayor of Chicago has declared it an ice-free zone. No federal agents here. Dun, 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 dun. Trump authorizes National Guard in Chicago as judge temporarily blocks his plan to deploy federal troops in Portland. So, whoops. We're ice-free zone. Now you're full of feds.
Okay, sorry. The question just sent me something very, very good.
Anyway, ongoing battle between Trump admin and Democrat-led cities intensified this week with the White House announcing authorization for hundreds of National Guard members to be sent to Chicago and a federal judge in Oregon hitting pause on the president's plan to deploy federal troops in Portland, which is probably going to happen as it's necessary, as we're going to look at here in a minute too. So despite the feds being called in, the local PD apparently has been ordered not to assist. And this is a call from dispatch.
All right, and 999, just to confirm, 39th Police in Kedzie, they were saying that they were being surrounded by that large crowd.
He's talking about the federal agents were being surrounded by a large crowd in Chicago.
And they were requesting the police were not sending, I'm waving off all.
They were requesting the police, we are not sending, I'm calling it off.
The cars heading to 39th Police in Kedzie.
Again, those are the orders we're being given.
Okay, 10-4. And again, for all the units that we called to go over that way, 39th Police in Kedzie, if you could just hold off 911, 913, 923, 924, 933, 934. Just disregard that. 39th Police in Kedzie.
Disregard that. In other words, yeah, the feds called to ask for assistance from the local PD. They just said, nope.
Fuck off.
And yeah, now they're publicly lying about this, but this is from the Department of Homeland Security who posted this, so whoops for you, I guess. One second. Sorry, I had to ask.
Hang on, I'm on a drink run.
I know, I'm totally out of water and drank up here. I'd already left once, so I didn't want to. Bill is being very kind. Let's see. So, yep, the police are not assisting in this, of course. Which I mean, at what point do you just have to say that this is that they've gone rogue, that they've essentially seceded?
Yeah, well, this is my point about the whole
Right.
Civil War thing. Again,
Yeah.
not to Tim Pool post, but this is a fundamental clash between state and federal power. The states are essentially trying to secede, and the feds are not going to be happy about. I mean, California, particularly, you can't let California secede. If California functionally secedes, you don't have like in America really anymore. So they gotta deal with it. But not only that, I'm pretty
That's
sure
Chicago,
that
but yeah.
I'm pretty sure that ICE is going in and disrupting a lot of criminal networks that are probably funneling money to people in government.
Yeah,
Like
and people.
It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these criminal networks that the feds are breaking up are paying to operate in certain areas. They're like, look, let us set up like a fentanyl trafficking ring in your area. We'll give you 5% or whatever. This is going to have knock-on economic effects. So I'm not surprised they're pissy.
Well, yeah. But of course, like, they're so insane. Here's Jon Stewart back out here saying, just, what are we, 2 weeks out? Or is it a week out from the shooting at the ICE facility? Was that 2 weeks ago now? I think it was 2 weeks ago. The leftist tried to shoot ICE agents and then ended up shooting and killing one migrant and injuring two detainees.
Yeah, well.
And Jon Stewart...
Leftists can't shoot.
Yes.
Clearly, right?
Actually, a fascinating thing I found in the terrorism, looking at the global terrorism database, I found that in terms of number of attacks planned, the left supersedes the right in basically every way I tried to I could metric it out and count, because it's by individual groups and individuals. That's why the database is so massive. So I went through and looked at that, and in terms of all attacks planned, the left surpasses the right, or whatever you would call right-wing terror, or left-wing terror.
So
however, when you go in and look at completed successful attacks, there's first of all, both groups are completely dominated by Muslims, but the right has more successful completed attacks than does the left, because they're so incompetent.
So you're basically saying that when it comes to terrorism, the left and the right are like the discrepancy between men and women when it comes to suicide.
Yeah, pretty much.
That women attempt much more, but men succeed much more. It's that same kind of dynamic, right?
Yeah, here's the graph I did for it. So this is in terms of actual incidents, the number of incidents, deaths, injury by ideology. However, when you go in and look at the completed and attempted, here's the left. Same data set. This is a global terrorism database. This is the UK in particular. This is where I found out that unique part. And also in the UK, this is the US graph, but I have the UK one over here, I think, too. Where is that? Here's the UK one.
You just flash it up.
This is, I think, actually this one's US here. This is the UK database, though, that shows the left plans more attacks, but they succeed in them less. I thought.
Gee, what's that huge bar down the bottom there, Aiden? Islamic foreign and domestic groups. Ooh,
right.
That sounds a bit racist, a bit Islamophobic there, Aiden. You need to prune your data set. I'm afraid, right? We can't be having that.
Right. This is in general, and when we specifically take these anti-government ones out, because anti-government depends on the government that's in place. Then you can see right and left wing are down here. This is in the U.S. and then Islamic crime. Now this is 1990, so that includes 9/11. But even when I removed 9/11 from it and did, for example, this one from 2002 to 2019, it's pretty clear. That who's doing the most injuriousness and deaths. Now, and again, it's not. I don't think it's because the left isn't planning this shit. They just suck at implementing it. So, and it was the UK data that really clued me in on that. It was less clear in the US.
This is not surprising. The left have such a poor understanding of human nature. It doesn't surprise me that they have a very poor understanding of reality in general, which would affect your ability to actually...
Oh, hang on. Sorry, no one saw those graphs because apparently it was zoomed in way too much. Sorry, continue. Sorry.
I mean, just your inability to correspond with reality does not bode well for any kind of complex undertaking involving like logistics and it just, I don't know. It just seems they would suck at this. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So sorry, I'll make sure people can see these graphs here for a minute too. So yeah, that's and here's a US one as well, just deaths, injury by ideology, 1990. It is, if you take away Islam, They're actually fairly close. Oh, the left wing wounds more people, but I have included anarchists in this. I think I removed that in my final analysis because I couldn't define anarchist. Well, the way that they defined it was weird in the data set. So I removed that one actually now. But yeah, it looks like they plan this stuff a little bit more, at least as much though. But when it comes to actually completing the attacks, the right wins out because of their incompetence on the left. And so, but here's Jon Stewart saying, go out and I guess attack more ICE facilities.
75 million Americans voted for a Democrat in this last round of presidential elections.
Cool.
And at this moment, they have zero power.
Yes, they do. That's what all the rest of the government is for. Jesus Christ. I mean, no wonder they have to explain shit to their viewer base with fucking cats, you know?
The federal level, not in the House, not in the Senate, not in the executive, and not in the courts. There has not been a moment of conciliation or concern about the issues and policies that drove those 75 million votes. Not a moment. At present, the Democrats' largest victory over these past 8 months is getting a guy who may or may not be a criminal back from El Salvador so Trump could send him to Uganda. That was the big win. And then suddenly,
he shouldn't be in the fucking country.
A small ask for people's preservation.
Oh, a small ask
is a Molotov.
A small ask of 1.5 trillion to give health care to illegal immigrants. Yeah, a small ask. Unbelievable. The audacity of Leibowitz.
Cocktail. Because apparently Republicans won't be satisfied with 99.8% domination. They must have it all.
They're such victims.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
They think that winning is halting the advancement of progressivism.
Yes.
Right. That's their definition of winning. Rolling back progressivism is fascism. So when they keep going around saying that the right has already won, like, why don't they realize they won? What they mean is that the right has temporarily halted the inevitable march to progressivism, and any attempt to roll it back will be full-blown fascism. I hate the way they freaking frame this.
I know.
My God.
Yeah.
ICE went from deporting the worst of the worst to throwing grandmothers onto linoleum and zip-tying American children, and everyone...
Yeah, there's a bunch of that happening, for sure. But by the way, even if they are zip-tying grandmas, because I'm sure there's some story out there like that where that's how it's been framed, if they're here illegally, well, in the U.S., illegally, yeah. Bye.
Supposed to be cool with the new masked, incredibly well-funded paramilitary group, and Democrats are just reduced to petty gestures.
This is a federal agency. He's calling it a masked paramilitary group.
Of restroom resistance.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem posted that she was blocked from entering a city building in Illinois.
Can we use the restroom? No, you cannot. We can? Please don't go.
Okay, all right, thank you. Interesting. That's what Governor Pritzker says is cooperation and keeping people safe.
Victory is ours!
Why is that a good thing?
They kept Marjorie Taylor Greene out of a government building.
No, that's Kristi Noem, I think. Not
Marjorie Taylor Greene. Sorry, Kristi Noem. I don't know how I got women. Sorry, I got them mixed up.
They all look the same.
So yeah, there's a sort of look to conservative women. That's usually a good one, to be fair. We saw the left, prime example of women in politics earlier. Even, I don't know if it was women in quotes or not, though. But yeah, he's ecstatic. He's so happy that it kept her from accessing a government building. Yeah.
I can't tell if he's kidding.
Big win.
I think Leibowitz is being sarcastic here. Actually, I think he's saying, I think he's basically saying, this is the tiny thing that the left focuses on in terms of victory. And, the revolution is about to be rolled back, which, of course, is the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Why aren't we... I mean, they're just coping and seething. Don't worry. They've got a whole bunch of, stuff planned as soon as there's some kind of mass violent event and they can, engineer something like Kent State.
They are really hoping for it.
It is going to kick off. I'm pretty sure of it.
Well, they really were trying to kick it off with the fire was it in South Carolina at a judge's house, I think? I'll get to it in a minute. Where they really were pushing that this was right-wing violence, it's revenge for Charlie Kirk or whatever. And so far, nothing has stuck with that. And also that was ruled an arson. But that's not stopping them from saying it was MAGA anyway. It was MAGA in my mind.
Giving Democrats an enormous amount of shit for their poor leadership. Lack of specific and actionable plans, terrible messaging, abysmal wordplay. Did I mention poor leadership? But standing up for 75 million Americans in this moment to defend the rights of people to go into a little less medical debt?
They would be, it might be a little bit easier for average Americans. Now, the medical industrial complex is fine, but it might be a little bit easier for average Americans if they weren't paying for illegals.
Yeah.
Look, they don't want any of these issues resolved.
Of course not.
If these issues were resolved, what would they campaign on? They need things to be bad so that they can promise to fix them and then do nothing about it. Like the Democrats have said this shit over and over and over again. Oh, we're gonna fix the homelessness crisis. They just funnel a bunch of money to their friends every single freaking time. I think the spell is wearing off. Number one,
maybe. I hope so.
And I think that some of the funding sources have been seriously arrested, because I'm not seeing. I mean, unless No Kings 2 is going to kick off and they're saving it up for something, I don't know. I'm not seeing it, but I don't know.
Maybe. I'm so like over the Tim Poolification. No offense to Tim on that, but like it's become such a meme of the Civil War stuff. Maybe. Michael the Doberman for 2 says, "Did you see they found the LA arsonist leftist? I didn't even know they caught the guy. Or I thought that was like a dead end.
Didn't even know there was an arsonist.
Well, there's arson every. It's LA, But this is in Portland, and the police are just defending Antifa at this point. There's no. I mean, they have been for years, but this is a sort of next level of it.
You guys didn't do anything about this. What are you doing? That way. Do not go to the crowd of people.
You cannot drive in the Antifa-occupied streets screaming at this person. You got to get out of here. Like, this person probably just is trying to go home or something, and wasn't expecting, I'm guessing, a giant mob of Antifa freaks, and the police are yelling at the person in the car.
If you go to this crowd of people, you will be stopped and arrested. Thank you. Do not try to play that game.
And if you go down, it will arrest you.
With me right now. Man, do not play that game with me right now. We're not going to a crowd of people in this car. Back it up and take a left. If you go to this crowd of people, you will be arrested. Ma'am, I am telling you, if you go to this crowd of people, you will be arrested. All right, get out of the way. I'll take care of it. Get out of the way. I'll take care of everything.
I mean, what else are you supposed to say? Like, the police are out here defending the little Antifa riot or whatever the hell it is they're doing. Just outright.
Now, the easiest thing to say here is it's not safe down here. We've got we've got an incident on the streets. Can you go around, please? It's not going to be a safe place for you to drive. No, it's not that. It's if you drive down here, we will arrest you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to take away from that. That's it, though. If you... these are our streets. If you go down here, we will arrest you. That's the police for the city of Portland. Which is currently blocking, I guess, that we're trying to block the National Guard from being sent in there. But we'll see how long that lasts. This was an insane story. Father says that he will kill the man who broke into his Kentucky home and stabbed his 6-year-old boy to death after he was released from prison, having served just half his sentence. The boy's father said, I've had my talks with God. I told the court if I ever cross paths with him, I will kill the man. I will kill him where he stands. Ronald Exantus, 42, was released early from prison for good behavior. He murdered Logan Tipton and severely injured his father and 2 younger sisters. Exantus entered the home through the unlocked door on the night of December 6, 2015. Logan was stabbed repeatedly in the head so forcefully, dear God, that the knife blade bent. Exantus was sentenced to 20 years in 2018 after being found not guilty by reason of insanity for the murder and guilty but mentally ill on the assault charges. And he's now free. This guy. In 2018 is when he went to jail, and he's supposed to get 20 years. He's out now. From
killed
just
3 people.
breaking into some guy's house.
Now-
He just killed the one kid, but he also
He was trying to
injured the
kill all
father.
4.
He was trying to kill all of them. Yeah.
He would have killed all 3 kids if the father had intervened.
Yeah, to kill all of them. I'm sure.
Just scroll up a bit. There's something I spotted there earlier that I want to double check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But oh yeah, that was it. This is something that we've been seeing. Apparently, there's an entire department of the Department of Justice under Biden's era where their job was just to lean on parents to get them to forgive black criminals.
Yeah.
We are actually
that's been
covering
around
that
since
on. Actually covering that on Friday's stream, the community relations service.
Yeah.
You'll never guess what particular ethnic group was highly involved in the creation and lead up. to
Jews.
that. It'll take you totally, from the far left. You'll never guess. It's insane. It's insane. I'll save it for the stream. But yeah, it's a very messy story. Yeah. Bleh.
Yeah. Kizzo, who's been a member for 33 months. Hey, thank you, man. Good to see you. Says, I have a solution for all these problems, but it's far too extreme for NSF YouTube. But if anyone is interested, please join the Broken Crown Discord, and I'll provide the answer right there. Enjoy the rest of the show. Hey, thank you, man. I
used to think his methods are extreme, but the more that this shit goes on, the more that solution is going to seem inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just more of this insane criminal stuff, criminal justice or lack thereof. The would-be Kavanaugh assassin has been sentenced to 8 years in prison. They were seeking a 30-year sentence. This guy tried to kill Brett Kavanaugh. 8 years. Admitted to traveling to Justice Brett Kavanaugh's home and in an aborted attempt to kill him, was sentenced to 8 years. Now, the reality is he'll probably serve what? 2? 1?
See, here's the thing: the
Tops
right wingers
4?
don't need to understand, but you would eventually need to establish a one-party state, because this system does not work.
Mate, this is a one-party state.
Mm.
You're just seeing the song and dance number on top.
Yeah.
This is one big fucking beast with a song and dance stage on its crown.
And then this was yesterday. Man with 200 explosives and leftist manifesto arrested outside Supreme Court event at church. 2 days after Biden judge gave a light sentence to attempted... I know. Watch this Hassan, I'm sure. Gave a light sentence to attempted Kavanaugh assassin. Church event historically attended by conservative justices was targeted. Luis Gary, a 41-year-old from Arizona and New Jersey, was apprehended outside the Cathedral of St. Matthew the Apostle on October 5th, the same day the church held its annual Red Mass, in which a cardinal prays for the High Court as it embarks on a new term, and which is historically attended by the justices. Gary was occupying a green tent on the steps of the church when police attempted to clear the area in preparation for the Supreme Court event. He told police, "You might want to stay back and call the federales. I have explosives," according to an affidavit. So I guess there's an insane person. I don't know. I have hundreds plus of them. Police said that they would remove him against his will, and he replied, "Several of your people are going to die from one of these." With a lighter in one hand, he handed them 9 pieces of paper that amounted to a manifesto entitled "Written Negotiations for the Avoidance of Destruction of Property via Detonation of Explosives." He revealed his significant animus towards the Catholic Church, members of the Jewish faith, members of SCOTUS, and ICE facilities. Yeah. You're getting targeted too now, motherfuckers. Jesus is so fucked.
Or what you doing there, Rabbi, is all I have to say.
What? The left has been totally
Who funds her?
Ramped up against Israel.
Hamas was founded by the fucking Hebrews.
Well, yes. True.
There's no boot on their neck they didn't put there, okay?
Gary then shifted his right thumb over the top of the butane lighter to initiate the lighting action and stated, "You better have these people step away or there's going to be deaths." Gary then left the tent to urinate on a tree and was apprehended by 3 officers, at which point he said he had a device in his pocket. A bomb squad technician located in his pocket a vial with a white cap, which contained a yellow liquid, with an M device taped to the exterior. After he was arrested, the bomb squad... So fucking insane. A large cache of homemade destructive devices in the tent. He was charged with unlawful entry, manufacture, transfer, use, possession, or transportation of Molotov cocktails or other explosives for unlawful purposes, threats to kidnap and injure a person, assault on a police officer, ×2, possession of destructive device, manufacture...
Oh boy, I've skipped ahead. Nitromethane. That is legit, drag racing fuel.
Yeah, described his devices as grenades and explosives containing nitromethane with a rubber band securing a fuse to be used for detonation. He also stated he planned to use the modified bottle rockets with the aluminum foil heads attached and treated in a thermite solution to allow for its detonation of devices from a distance.
Yeah, when I saw this story and it said he had 200 explosive devices,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? He had like little firecrackers or something.
No.
And then I read, I'm like, oh my god, he's got nitromethane.
Yeah, he's got bottle rockets tipped with fucking drag racing fuel.
Yeah.
Bro.
Basically jet fuel. He's got and thermite. He's got if not thermobaric, then at least incendiary. Boy, this is stuff that is a war crime to use in wars these days.
Most normal American homeless person.
Yeah.
The dude's basically got a do-it-yourself IKEA rocket watcher.
Like, this is insane, though. This guy really did just try to kill, I mean, at least 3, because the 3 who attended last year, which was met by a protest from the left, of course, was Justices Roberts, Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. Oh, and if they were...
Can we take a moment to appreciate the physiognomy patrol we have here?
Yeah, of course. We've got Mark Ruffalo.
Fucking hell.
And old lesbian, yeah.
And I know what's going on with the fucking hands raised in the middle there.
Yeah.
But it's got a very receding hairline.
It's Larry Fink.
And their old tactic of trying to pin everything on conservatives, I don't know if it's working. This was all during the week. This has evaporated, by the way, for the most part. Not entirely, but mostly. South Carolina's top law official says that no arson evidence so far in fire to destroy judge's home. For days, they were saying, oh, MAGA went and set this judge's house on fire. The fire department has now ruled no. That's not the case. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't arson. Doesn't matter. They were saying that all fucking week that it was arson. Yeah. I mean, do you not trust the fire department?
No, I'm just wondering what else could it be.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
gas leak, electrical fault.
Gas leak, all kinds of stuff, yeah.
Someone fell asleep with a cigarette in the mouth.
Right?
No, but my point is, like, if it was that, why didn't you say that? Because you just said, well, it's not that. Okay, so if you've ruled that out, I imagine you must have something else.
At this time, there's no evidence to indicate the fire was intentionally set. SLED agents have primarily found there's no evidence to support a pre-fire explosion.
So what else do you have?
I don't know if they know. Well, there's all kinds of things that can start a fire, but I think they're just saying they've ruled out arson, right? Interesting to see what they end up saying it is, if it's anything. Manny26545 says, mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. Adam Smith, I think about this quote a lot. Yes. Very true.
Spoon, how do you feel about starting a random Rumble show or some shit that we do weekly, just so I can save up money to get an executioner's sword?
Yeah, sure.
I've got an idea. I'm going to call it Gossip Volk.
Gossip Volk.
Do a gossip.
Do you want to have a background for a thumbnail?
Sounds like that.
Yeah. MSNBC is being pressured to fire leftist Nicole Wallace after she tried
Why
to
is it
blame
so
a fire
fucking
at
red?
the home. Because there's like an overlay coming over it. At the home of South Carolina judge on the Trump administration. She did this after the police ruled that it was not arson. So even after that came out, this is how they fucking operate. They just still kept lying about it.
When we come back, what we're learning about the fire that destroyed the home of a South Carolina Circuit Court judge who faced criticism from Trump officials after a ruling she made against the Trump administration. It comes amid a surge in hostility and threats against judges, as well as criticism directly from...
Oh no, we're getting surges of threats, quote unquote, and people criticizing us, again, a week after they shot ICE, they accidentally shot a bunch of ICE detainees trying to kill ICE agents, and now a month after Charlie Kirk's assassination. They're so desperate for something, but so far it's not happened. They're looking
continuing
for
the trend that
anything,
lefties can't shoot straight.
Again, I think those data speak for themselves a little bit, yeah.
Exactly.
The Trump administration, including for Judge Goodstein, after she temporarily blocked the Justice Department from accessing the files of millions of registered voters in South Carolina. Mary McCord is still with us. Mary, what questions do you have based on what we're hearing so far?
You know, this is the kind, again, we've talked today already about crossing Rubicons, right? And when you're starting to...
Fucking bizarre physiognomy.
Yeah.
Attack judges because of their rulings, we're in a very, very dangerous position in this country, and it makes judges fearful, it makes prosecutors fearful, as we know, it makes...
This all happened after they ruled this was not arson.
Remember that creepy gay dude from California that tried to...
I mean, there's so many of them.
Yeah, but the really, really creepy one with the weird face that was trying to, like,
That's
indoctrinate
all of them. I
children.
Let him is the one who's trying to assassinate Trump. The one.
Yeah, that looks like that thing's mother.
Oh yeah.
It looks more like the fella from the original Hills Have Eyes, but in drag. Someone wants to tell her that eyebrows are free.
Kisser for £5 says, I desire to give great compassion to the innocent, but I don't think the masses are ready. How I'd deal with the opposition. Any objections?
I don't think anyone is actually ready how the state should deal with the
No.
opposition, to be honest.
No. I don't think so either. No. Scott Wiener, was it? Yeah.
Makes others in positions where they could be criticized by Donald Trump fearful.
No,
And
but he does
needs
look
to
like
know
Scott Wiener, actually.
The power of his voice and how people respond to that. We've been saying this for years, Nicole, but like if this is what this turns out to be, some sort of politically motivated act.
It was
Of
already
course it's
ruled
politically
on arson.
motivated.
What they're doing is certainly politically motivated, but this was not an arson. And they knew that by this point, and they're just lying anyway.
Of domestic terrorism, then the
You think she said it
importance
herself
and
and then claimed it to be
significance of
terrorism?
the things that Donald Trump
Yeah.
That's likely.
Just made the claim, despite it. Yes, most likely, yeah.
says about a person, just again will be demonstrated in this instance.
They don't give a fuck anymore. I mean, I don't think they've given a fuck for a long time, but it's still kind of fucking insane. And just to really display the dichotomy, in effect, the Mormon church members have raised more than $150,000 for the Michigan shooter's family, who killed 4 people at a church and set it ablaze. I don't know. I've seen people say this is cocked or whatever, but the money is for his family, and I understand why they did it. And this really is demonstrating the difference. It certainly does to me, between the divide that exists in the United States and how vast the gulf is. The Mormons went and raised $150,000 for the family that now does not have a father in their life anymore, even though he's a piece of shit who killed 4 people and set their church on fire. And meanwhile, they're just planning more fucking assassinations and murders. Speaking of an assassination, despite getting nearly 3 million signatures, which means that the government has to respond, they did respond. This was in the UK, of saying, please do not introduce digital ID. At this point, being nearly 3 million signatures, the population is 69 million. So what is that?
2%.
Almost. More than that. Is it something like that? Yeah. It's when I think it's over 4%, or it's about 4% of the population. I'm pretty sure. So it's still good. It's still. I know. I know. I'm gonna sign. I'm participating in the process. Well, the government responded saying, "Fuck you. We're doing digital ID."
What a fucking surprise!
So let's just run down the number. Okay, let's run down the numbers. So the police don't do anything to help any of the actual normal people in the street. If you do say anything against the government, they'll imprison you.
They'll show up to your house if your kids are being
brutalize you,
yeah.
or at least attempt to, to the best of their ability. The only the one attempt to break up a terrorist attack, they managed to shoot a hostage, and no one else.
Yeah.
All your taxes are being funneled away out of your own programs for your people and into programs for foreigners who came here illegally. If you want to try and get a spot for your children in a school, you will sometimes have to enter a raffle, basically a fucking lottery, to see if your child can get a placement at a school in their own jurisdiction, with the lowest priority possible if you happen to be white. And you're paying taxes for all these things with no actual benefit whatsoever.
Yeah.
And as they're doing this, they will sit in their literal fucking ivory tower. They will vote on more things that will penalise and brutalise you, and give themselves bigger raises, longer holidays. And the only time you'll ever see any of them face justice for anything is when one of them takes the piss, and the other people in that room complain that they are getting too much free shit when it should be going to them. So
now,
I question you this:
yeah.
if that is a country, would you want to live in it? If you're living there now, could you call it a country?
Yeah. It's important to note, I think, also that they are continuing to say that this is about tackling illegal immigration, but also making accessing government services easier, enable wider efficiencies.
Yeah, easier for the fucking government.
Yes, is what it is.
And guess what?
Easier, more secure.
Who has the ID?
The government.
Yeah,
I mean, they're the one who has all your fucking information by this.
Which frequently loses everyone's data every 2 years or so.
And I'm going to point out something in a second here. They have already made a very specific carve out as to who doesn't need digital ID.
And it's migrants.
Well, it's people who don't work legally.
Like migrants.
The asylum seekers can't work legally.
So they would not have digital ID whatsoever.
So this literally, by the government's own admission, will do nothing.
You are a tagged and bagged second-class citizen. You are a fucking cow with a tag on its ear in your own country. Meanwhile, these fucking foreigners who are literal human debris, some of whom are only born because the change in circumstances and the sex ratio birth things are causing them to spit out spawn that would be literally so subhuman they'd abort themselves.
I mean, it's crazy that the obfuscation here. People have to carry all of these documents around with them to buy alcohol. What? 1 in 10 UK adults don't have a physical photo ID. Gee, I wonder why.
Wonder who?
Yeah, it's who, really, is the question. Struggle to prove who they are and access
By the way,
products and services they are entitled to.
In some places, 1 in 10 is far lower than the number of illegal migrants there. Some of those, I'd say probably in some places, probably 3 or 4 in 10 or more.
Yeah, depending on the area, for sure.
And they just buy fake IDs and use those instead.
Exactly. This does absolutely nothing to do anything about stopping or curtailing illegal immigration.
It was never about that, and I hate the idea that we even entertained the idea it was ever about that.
We never entertained that idea. Trump's been banging on about this for 2 years.
Reset the clock. Anyway, it's the same shit I've been banging on about for ages as well myself. Like, this is the purpose of the fucking system is what it does. These people want you dead. They want you. They want to fucking hollow out the carcass of your country and sell it whole cloth.
Yeah.
Did you see the link that I sent you, Aiden, about the Korean government? So apparently they stored all of their government data in one physical location, and all the servers just got destroyed in a battery fire. And now the Korean government has lost 85% of its data.
Holy shit.
Good thing nothing like that could ever happen here, right?
No,
the best news that Korea's ever had, to be perfectly honest.
Exactly.
A sigh of relief for the Koreans. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's absolutely insane. It is so obvious it has nothing to do with anything other than monitoring more closely every single thing you do, and if you think incorrectly or do something incorrect, then making sure that you can't access these services. It's almost insane that they are talking about all the services that you will have access to that we will cut you off of if you transgress. I mean, that's the implication, at least to me. I don't know how else you could possibly read this.
Guy Fawkes didn't go far enough.
It's not, by the way, because again, they're not going to go to illegals. They don't work legally. It's not going to go to asylum seekers. They can't work legally. I mean, it doesn't mean they don't. They work for Deliveroo and all this other shit. But they've actively made a carve out for it in that, and look at the fucking disgusting way that they've done it, too. It's truly sickening. Won't be mandatory for everyone in the UK, like pensioners. Oh, you don't have to get one. See? Anyone who's retired, you don't need a digital ID. We don't want to, put that undue stress on pensioners. Yeah, what this means, though, is because it's right for work checks. So in other words, they've already made the carve-outs already, because of course they have.
Here's the thing.
That the migrants are not going to be getting these digital IDs. These are for British citizens. Straight up. I don't even think there's any obfuscation happening at this.
Those of you who are in the UK right now, this is your service announcement that you now have nothing left to lose.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a sign from on high, here it is.
Oh, we only have our Gibbs to lose.
Yeah.
Dude.
Your options now are to go down to follow along with this and be chained to a bed for the rest of your lives, or you can do something about it.
I guess. I mean, it's so in your face. They just don't give a fuck anymore. And just
if we've shown our
just to be
ancestors
clear,
anything approaching this,
they do not have the right to work. Okay, just
yeah.
illustrate that.
If we showed our ancestors this, they would do shit that would make the German peasant revolts look like a fucking day in the sunshine.
It is all of that. It's also a massive money grab.
Oh yeah,
600 million tax grab.
and Tony Blair's think tank is involved. There's multiple people's like nepo baby fucking kids who are running operations off the side of this.
Yeah.
They are going to cut your fucking throat, and they are and bleed you like a fucking halal slaughter hog. And as they do it, all their pals are going to get around to fucking get their fill.
As part of a push to secure unpaid revenue and prevent error by the public. We're just trying to prevent some error to make sure that every single one of your taxes get paid, so you can get an extra £600 million a year, according to estimates from, of course, the Dark Lord himself, Tony Blair Institute for Global Change.
Wow. They could use that money to fund the NHS for like 6 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for about 6 hours.
Ah, think of the savings. Think of the efficiency. Think of the compliance.
It's excellent. They're going to be able to penny pinch every last one of those, those every single last shekel they can, and immediately piss it away. Yeah, but it's great. It's great for everybody. And don't worry, yeah, old people won't have to get on it, or anyone who is illegal or just doesn't give a fuck.
And this is all in time to have a woman as the Archbishop of Canterbury spitting in the face of God yet again.
Yeah. So Shabana Mahmood is basically no more protesting either, unless they're allowed for protests. Those are of course fine, but no protesting.
You're only allowed one can of Coke at fucking Nando's, and you're only allowed one protest a month.
I guess so, right? Well,
I want to make explicit in the law that those types of protests with cumulative disruption for communities can attract the same conditions and restrictions that apply to other types of protests, so that the police have absolute clarity that they can use cumulative disruption as a reason for restricting those protests.
And those protests in support of Gazans have been taking place regularly. They have been taking place often in the same sites in our city centres. So do you want to be candid about this and just say you are giving the police the power to ban those particular protests? That's the brass tacks of what you're saying.
So this is not about a ban, this is about
To be fair, they are, or not to be fair, what they're trying to do is couch it in the, just the Free Palestine protests, because there's of course a bunch of that after, well, the synagogue event that happened,
which the Met got a chance to kill more Jews.
Well, you know,
taking a break from their busy schedule of raping people in the street to go out and murder some racial minorities they happen to not like for a change.
What the fuck is Nando's? A cheeky Nando's, Michael.
It's a fucking chicken restaurant.
It's a chicken restaurant, yeah. Nando's, Peri Peri. They have them in the U.S. too. Minnesota Fats, member for 33 months. Hey, thank you, man. Says, I'll say it. Blackstone's formulation is a bill of goods. The righteous and innocent will suffer until the wicked and guilty are destroyed, boss. I know, man. It's so fucked. But they're, again,
Bones
like,
for bells and wheels for altars.
This is totally just about those Palestine protests.
Well, here's a question. What do you do when you're not allowed to protest?
Set things on fire, usually.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, it's not a protest at that point, is it?
Yeah, it's a riot.
What they are saying is we are going to ban any attempt to not escalate to fucking open, like, in the streets warfare.
Yeah.
If that's what they fucking want.
Yes, the migrant hotel protests are definitely on this hit list in terms of what is going to be actually stopped by this. Guarantee.
Restrictions and conditions that will enable the police to maybe put further time restrictions, move those protests to other places. The police already have powers on conditions for protests. What I will make clear in the law is cumulative disruption is.
Please, the law fucking applies to you anymore. I've had enough of this charlatan.
Yeah, I know. It's
fuck
enough.
off.
You get it. You fucking get it.
Especially with those fucking
no more
eyebrows, my
protests for
God.
you. Yeah, that's a bit too inconvenient. But speaking of, 3 epping protesters.
My God,
have
it's
been
Joe
jailed.
Roccafoco.
It is Joe Roccafoco.
The people who were protesting about this guy who raped a 14-year-old girl, the protesters got longer sentences.
Twice. They got
the
2 years, he got 1.
Yeah. The fucking state of things. Unbelievable. But of course, you know, that's what it's really about.
Do not be like the Welsh. Do not be conquered one village at a fucking time.
Oh, well. So
That's the
this
thing.
is,
Okay. This is the fucking thing that they said all along about the fucking Welsh history. They each village cut in a row, fucking conquered one after the other, and they all went to their fucking tombs smiling that those cocksuckers next door got it in the neck before them.
Yeah.
And that is what they are going to couch you into doing here. You need to fucking England needs to fucking stand up for itself, because at this point, I'm really questioning: are there even any Englishmen left?
So I mean, there are absolutely, but the fucking
Fucking
state of the
prove
government.
it.
Well, there's not much regular people can do, Bill.
Have you seen the state of policing in the UK?
Yeah, I'm talking about it right now.
8 grown men losing a fight to one bloke with a knife.
I saw that, yeah.
Like
Obviously.
you are being ruled over by the fucking least of you. These are people that, let's face it, they are not a threat to you physically. If you do not want to be arrested, do not be arrested.
Yeah.
You can basically knock them out with the people's elbow.
Yeah.
These people are shut. These people are the people who join the Met are the absolute fucking scum of the country.
Yeah, as they keep
who are
demonstrating constantly.
Yeah, they literally just a circus of rapists who should have been fucking strung up when they were born. To be perfectly fucking honest with you.
Yeah.
The Metropolitan Police is the biggest advertisement for Planned Parenthood I've ever fucking seen.
Jesus.
So this attack happened on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. Guy walks into a synagogue in Manchester, starts stabbing people. The police show up and manage to shoot and kill one of the Jews fleeing the synagogue.
This is an aristocrat's joke at this point.
It really is. It really is.
No, I don't think they were fleeing the synagogue. My understanding is that they barricaded.
Oh, they shot them through.
inside,
Yes, he shot them
and
through
one of the
inside.
rounds
Right.
went
Yes.
through the door,
Went through the
which
door.
is,
Yeah.
I mean,
that was it. Yes.
hard to avoid, to be honest.
To be fair, yes, and I did talk about that the other
See,
day.
goes to show you, wooden doors.
Right.
Bruh.
Holy shit. Yeah, bruh, indeed.
Now,
So-
I've decided it's violence time. It's
It is-
fucking. Bill has woken up and he's chicken violence today. I'm just going to get fucked up and I'm going to say a bunch of fucking.
That is
Is this
fair.
why you went the Rumble
They
show,
were-
Bill?
They were, yes, they were aiming at him, and yes, they shot apparently through the door. The excuse me. I think the windows had like wood over them as well, so they couldn't see it. There were little gaps in the. It looked like that they had covered the windows up with, and I guess
Yeah,
they
like a
shot
fucking
through that.
Silent
and
Hill
someone
game.
inside. Yeah. Police complaints watchdog said it was carrying out an investigation into what happened. Police have identified the attacker. His name is Jihad al-Shami, which means apparently that's Syria or of Syria. So his name is
Struggle of Syria.
the struggle of Syria, but his name is fucking Jihad.
I think at a certain point, they should probably check up on people when they start changing
Named
their names to shit like
Jihad?
that.
Yeah.
Probably a bit of
I don't know.
bit of a fucking red flag.
So this is, of course,
If I changed my name to Rykard, I feel like people would be within their rights to maybe keep an eyeball on me.
well, the response of saying, essentially we're going to crack down on the protests, that's to seemingly, I think, be in alignment with this, right? Of the Gazan protesters. We need to
change your name to
protect
Bismarck.
the Jews. We need to protect the Jews. Fuck the white people.
What about
We need to
Leopold
protect
II?
The Jews in Britain.
How about Bonaparte?
Jihad al-Shami shared ISIS videos, ranted, and asked for large sums of money, his friends say. Of course he did.
You should have considered converting to fucking to Judaism. You'd fit in well with that fucking begging.
This is Manchester synagogue terrorist Jihad al-Shami. We've been talking to people who knew him. This is what we know now. Friends say he began to obsess over extremist content.
He looks like Arabic Chad from Cold Ones.
Oh, was he on our radar?
To watch ISIS videos. They say the change in him was shocking. He even tried to show me one of the videos at the Shisha Lounge, said one friend. I asked him where it was from. He said Telegram. To those around...
Fucking showing Hassan Piker clips. He also likes to show that kind of shit. Apparently, he called 999 and said, I have killed 2 Jews in the name of the Islamic State, after plowing his car into the crowd. Yeah. Anyway, of course, what this has been spun around as is that it's not dangerous for white people. White people are in no danger. White Brits are fine. But the Jews are being persecuted.
How do you say, and
in
the money has
Britain.
been paid into your account in Arabic?
Shalom.
Good. Yeah, shalom. Remember the scene in Spider-Man 3?
Why does he start answering the phone that way?
It becomes evil, and he picks up the phone and says, "Shalom."
What did Sam Raimi mean by this?
What did Sam Raimi mean by this?
What did Sam Raimi mean by that Doctor Strange movie that wasn't very good?
It was also October 7th, again, the holiest day of holies, I guess after, what was it, Yom Kippur or whatever, but...
Holocaust 2.
Holocaust 3. But this is, and all the shit with these flags, it's dangerous, it's not, don't put up the flags because it's racist or whatever. This is now in the members of Sussex and Friends of Israel and Jewish Proud lined up over a mile of Israeli flags on the Hastings seafront. This is fine.
In Hastings, the site of the battle that formed Britain as a nation we know today.
Yeah. You can't put up Union Jacks or Cross of St. George, but you can sure as hell put up a mile of Israeli flags. It's all so tiresome. And another thing that I think they wanted to spin, but didn't get an opportunity to, was this. As we're going to see, they really did want to try to do this. Attack in Peacehaven Mosque was appalling. There's no place for anti-Muslim hate in our society. So there was a mosque was set on fire.
Maybe we should make room.
This is a report on it. Mosque was set on fire. Of course, anti-Muslim hate.
Why is Maxine Waters there?
Yeah, we have to be concerned with the Jews and the Muslims, but fuck British people.
A government minister met with community and religious
Coming live from a Pringles can.
Haven this afternoon. Today, a spokesperson for the Prime Minister said Sir Keir Starmer was appalled by...
I'm sure he was.
Okay. Just because these motherfuckers live like it's the 1600s doesn't mean your sound quality needs to reflect that.
Yeah, but it's very strange tin can.
Muslim hate crime has absolutely no place in our society.
Or maybe if we chuck them out, we'd have room.
We've got representatives from the Christian faith and from the Jewish faith who've come to offer their support. And
Why?
That's our country at its best.
Well, because
that's
the Muslim
not your country at its best, you
support.
fucking moron.
Well, they're saying the quiet part out loud. Country at its best is when it's not British.
Look,
or at least not white.
What's going on is that both the Jewish and the Muslim community must have exactly the same amount of grievance to balance each other. Otherwise, the government will collapse. So every single time there is an incident against one of these groups, there has to be a corresponding incident
equal and
affecting
opposite
the other, so that they maintain the exact same amount of grievance. It's insane.
It's two millstones around the neck of the fucking white man, and if either is in imbalance, they'll just choke the fucking host carcass until it dies.
Now here's the question about this. I'll let it play out first, but have any of you heard about this story? This Peacehaven Mosque attack being set on fire? Yeah. You're not going to hear much about it anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, because it was a Muzzy who did it, right? Or
well, part of the congregation, because they were trying to raise funds, and the whole fucking plan failed.
Horrible anti-Muslim hate. It was an insurance job. They were previously trying to raise money to pay off £260,000 in debt. Mysteriously suffered from an arson attack where barely any damage was done. On camera, it sounds like the arsonists were speaking in Urdu. They have now raised $33,000. I think it's quite a lot more than that now.
Here's the question: how does a mosque run up 260 grand in debt?
I don't know.
What
were they charging £260,000 for?
What are they buying in that quantity?
Good question.
They're running something through there. It's either bodies, it's meat, it's drugs, or it's guns. Probably a combination of all four. You notice how it's laid out like a fucking warehouse?
Yeah, it is. But it's not burned down, right? I mean, you can barely even see the damage as stated.
That's not a mosque. That's a fucking warehouse.
Yeah, the car is burned out. But already raised £33,000. And it was a Muslim who did it. And it looks like it was an insurance, or if not an insurance job, then it was about raising money that they owed. So that's why that story kind of dissipated, I think. Whoops. Jesus Christ. Because that was all over at least my Twitter feed for a couple days, and then just boop, off the radar. Because that was supposed to be the narrative response to the stabbing in Manchester. Or the attack in Manchester.
GB News can exclusively reveal that a Welsh primary school has been slammed
insane.
after worried parents were branded racist for raising concerns about an Islam lesson. Let me explain. Seaview Primary School in Swansea recently brought in a representative from a local mosque to teach the school children about Islam. But parents complained that Christian denominations don't get the same representation in their religious education lessons.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, sure.
Apparently, parents...
Lack of concentration. Need support to spell words such as Quran and mosque. To practice handwriting skills. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you need to make sure that you can spell Quran and mosque correctly, young child.
Were not informed about the visits beforehand, and then when some objected to the lessons, they were apparently made to feel as though they were racist. Children were being marked down on things like misspelling mosque or Quran. But there is a bit more to this.
Which, by the way, they spell differently sometimes, so what the fuck?
Because it's a Romanized language, because it's not originally in Roman language.
Right.
There is even the claim that one of the children said, I'm Christian, I don't pray to Allah, and that the person who came in to that school to give that talk and to be with the children said that by the time you hit year 6, you will all be Muslim. Well, local...
Yeah, there it is. I mean, just straight up. Just straight
Holy
up.
Wars.
Now, this is a troll, but it's a very funny troll. And, because Islam is a gay religion.
Oh, awesome.
Could have told you that for free.
Yeah.
This is the trans flag?
This is the Palestinian flag mixed with the trans flag.
Okay.
There's no way this guy is not trolling. Okay, I'm 99% sure. But it is sort of hard with these people. There's always that 1%.
It's
doubt.
really nice that Ethan Klein gives some jobs for his relatives.
It really does look so much like Ethan Klein, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need an early life check.
Yeah, pretty
I can't tell the Muslims from the Jews. They're both Semitic peoples.
Yeah.
Who say that...
The difference is some of them are half Polish.
Yeah.
Last time.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I know that I'm standing here today. At least 50% of the Gazan government needs to be trans women. Like,
okay, yeah, that's actually
Muhammad herself was, in fact, a trans lesbian.
Muhammad was a woman?
Yeah, Islam is a trans it's a trans religion. Muhammad herself was a
case in point.
lesbian.
Yeah.
In Iran, the morality police and also in Gaza, they kill trans people. Like, do you think that that's not true, or?
I mean, I think they're secretly Jews if they do that.
This is a pretty good troll.
I know.
I like the way that there's just a total stone face when he gave that answer. Fucking beautiful.
No idea how to respond.
No Muslim would actually do that.
Points for the poker face. Good lord.
Absolute quality.
Oh my god, Islam is...
Like, Islam is a gay religion. It is
they asked...
Bro misheard someone say that Muhammad was Lebanese and just been running with it ever since, hasn't he?
That was excellent.
Sorry, sir. This is a restaurant for Lebanese cuisine.
Lebanese
do you need a moment to cry it out? Yeah, I need that moment.
Meanwhile, in Germany, Iris Stalzer, newly elected mayor, SPD, Social Democrats, yeah, with her upper body torn apart by knife stabs, flown to clinic by rescue helicopter, remains in life-threatening condition. She has 2 non-European adoptive children, 15 and 17. The 17-year-old daughter has already been conspicuous for knife incidents, or under suspicion or something. The children apparently, this is translated from German, lied about the course of events. Son was arrested. Neighbors report loud arguments between the mother and 15-year-old son shortly before the act. Police do not comment on whether the children are witnesses or suspects.
Which tells you precisely what's happened.
And yeah, although face blurred out, I think you can get an idea of the race and ethnicity of the adopted children.
Not German.
Who stabbed this woman. Certainly not German. This is a little bit more international fuckery.
Fucking mosquitoes, goddammit. Unrelated bloodsuckers on this occasion.
This is apparently legitimate and real too, because several people have gotten these notifications. 20-page letter for one of my posts about Irina Zaritska's murder in Australia. The Australian E-Safety Commissioner threatened to fine 825,000 Australian dollars for each day the post remained up, so it is now no longer visible in Australia.
It's like £3.
Yeah, just no. The Australians are paying taxes so bureaucrats can censor posts from European activists talking about the murder of a Ukrainian woman in America. And again, this has happened to several people. Why is the Australian government demanding that non-Australians take down posts about Irina Zarutska?
I don't know. Probably the same shit with Kiwi Farms that one time, remember?
No, because it's gory.
That was
Will be their rationale. It's
Because
very
it's
very
full of
graphic.
women.
Australia is
Yes.
very censorious when it comes to depictions of actual violence. It's been like a long-standing thing.
If only they were that shy about violence and sheep thievery back before they were founded, they would never have fucking been sent there.
Or if they were more shy about imposing totalitarian social controls. But I mean,
Right. But that's the excuse. That's the excuse, right? It's violent, it's gory, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, it's probably...
And it is consistent in that
it's
sense,
probably
yeah.
just a test case. You know how these chuckle fucks operate. They take a very hard to defend case and then they try it on. And then if that works, once they've done that, they're like, we need to expand, this is a bit borderline. Can you ban that too? And then, before you know it, they're trying to probably basically set up contacts within Twitter, I imagine. This was the way it worked during the COVID days. All these government egg sack dwellers had contacts inside Twitter, and it eventually got to the point they could just email an entire list of links and be like, kill that guy, kill that guy, kill that post, blah, 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 blah. And that's what they want. Except, of course, X are now doing the same thing, essentially, that they did with Germany, where if you post a thing, it'll be like, under Australian law, your thing can't be displayed in Australia. So it's going to have limited effect because everyone's just going to start VPNing through America.
Yeah.
Well, here's the question: is like, if you are, a government official in the Trump administration, why would you ever allow this kind of overreach from other foreign countries, especially ones that have massive umbrages with the US over their aborted fucking submarine program, like Australia has? Remember that little fucking...
And they do specify here that is why.
But
Material
not
depicting...
only-
Go ahead, sorry.
Not only that, when it comes to the UK, Morgan McSweeney, who literally founded the Centre for Countering Digital Hate, is like second in command in the UK. A lot of people are not aware of this. McSweeney was one of the original censor pigs during COVID. Centre for Countering Digital Hate became notorious for just going after people and shutting stuff down. So no wonder the Trump administration is not too keen on the current UK administration.
Right. Yeah, strange. But they do specify here, you're right. Let's see, it says, specifically material depicting, expressing, or otherwise dealing with matters of sex, drug, misuse, or addiction, crime, cruelty, violence, or revolting or abhorrent phenomena, such a way that they offend against the standards of morality, decency, and propriety generally acceptable by reasonable adults. So yeah, there it is. It's been a rough bunch of stuff tonight, so let's end on some funnier things, I suppose. Sort of funnier, or at least I like seeing Hassan Piker get owned, so that's here at the end. Also, Kim Jong-un ordered emergency crackdown on anti-socialist breast augmentation surgeries. He doesn't want big titties. No big titties in North Korea.
Natural titties, natural titties aren't... Socialism means natural titties.
I mean... kind of based, also very unbased.
Flat declared justice by North Korean establishment.
Strike teams were deployed to central areas in Pyongyang over the summer where federal agents in civilian clothing scanned for black market doctors and unnaturally buxom women.
It's literally the federal breast inspector.
They are legitimately federal breast
There's
inspectors.
a man who loves every day of his job.
Ma'am,
we need to take a look under the hood.
That is legit. Like, you just know that in a back room somewhere, can we actually pull this off? Can we spin this as an actual gig? Can we do it, boys? All hands in, let's fucking go!
Unbelievable.
Dude.
It's just 18 Australian students on holiday who've snuck in from Bali.
Here's the punishment. Women or private doctors caught could face criminal punishment, including being sent to labor camps on charges of anti-socialism.
Well, now, here's the question. What job do you think you get there?
I don't think it's... Bish in the concentration camp? I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be lifting things. Let's face it, this is a sentence of forced prostitution. You're getting trafficked.
It's insane. It's North Korea though, but you know, still.
Is there a higher level scumfuck like criminal political maneuver than spawn camping the fucking jiggle joint fucking surgeons?
I guess, yeah.
For people trafficking.
Right.
It's so evil, it's comical.
It is. Bartholomew Cheesington for 2 says, I award this man title masturbator. That was for the guy trolling with Islam as a gay religion. But I would also, put that on Hassan too. So this is the clip in question that they're...
If I wasn't gonna fed post before, I'm gonna do now.
It is a fucking full alarm fire over on the left trying to defend this shit. Because the thing is, Hassan can sit there and talk about having the streets run red with their capitalist bloods, and if you cared, you'd go kill Rick Scott, and, you know, all of this other shit. They all need to be fucking murdered. Everyone I don't like needs to be slaughtered. That's fine. All of his fans love that shit, because they're violent and insane. But if you're cruel to a dog... What? Say, Spoon?
And 13 years old.
Right, yes. Cruel...
And female.
And they're overwhelmingly female, and women love animals. So this is... They don't know what to do with this.
This is the Damocles.
Very clear, by the way. And now I think Hassan is... They've been wanting to put him away for a while, because he's kind of outstated his usefulness, and he's very expensive to maintain at this point. And I don't know how useful he really is. So this is his dog, Kaya, who... I think this one is also a pure breed. Like, he paid a huge amount of money for this
It's a Tibetan
dog.
Mastiff cross, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. Yes. It's crossbred with something. I don't know what the other breed is.
Damn, that's an
So
expensive
is it
pooch.
A Tibetan Mastiff is
It's a
the
designer
most
dog,
expensive
yeah.
dog
Yes, it's dog in the
humanly
world,
available.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the largest.
It was used to protect like Chinese emperors.
I also saw
it's
someone...
the most socialist dog that there is, obviously.
Yes, the most expensive one. And someone did post... They've been posting all kinds of old stuff from him, that he let the chat decide the name for the dog, not my dog. It's the dog. And a whole bunch of videos have also come out of him abusing dogs in the past, of him picking them up quite violently, of him saying he does own a shock collar, to admit to that, because they're big copies. It's not a shock collar. You can clearly see it is a collar with some kind of electrical device attached to it.
No, I know.
Sure.
Like, if people have chimed in, like the exact model that it is both. It's got the thing to make a noise, and it's definitely also a shock collar as well. You do not have a battery pack that large for a non-shock collar. That would be colossal fucking.
Apparently,
overkill.
some GPS tracking things are that big, but it's like people
No,
with
it's
their
not.
animals just put a chip
It's
in there.
fucking not. Yeah, most people. It's a Tibetan Mastiff. It's chipped already.
Yeah.
And
So here's-
his question. My question here is, Ian Joma, the man who I've seen wear a shock collar for a bit back in the
Yes.
Filthy Frank days. What's your opinion? Because it looked really similar. Real fucking similar. And
it-
I remember him
is it the
specifically
shock
saying,
collar?
I remember vividly him getting shot with that shock collar and screaming like a fucking stuck pig.
Yep, he did.
And he said
And
Uncle the
Ian
Fastest.
Joma is currently, actively by his own admission, trying to become White Hassan. So let's see how that works out for him. Here's the clip, though. Whoops. Is there no audio on this?
I hate this fucking country so much.
And also, what he happened to be talking about while this happened is particularly fucking funny. By the way, the reason why he's mad right now is because his internet is slow. Or he's having some kind of problem with his ISP. That's why he hates America so much in this moment.
You can be on a fucking mountain in the middle of Norway and get better internet than Los Angeles, California.
In his $3 million mansion.
And this is just like a moment of anger. This is a moment of fucking anger for like something that is just so routine, so silly, such a first world problem. But it is.
You live in
emblematic of
California, you
all-
fucking moron. It's not first world.
Here's another thing. The dog sits on this little pad for hours. I think by this point, people said Hassan had been streaming for like 6 hours or something. Several hours at this point, for sure. And the dog is supposed to sit there on the pad and look cute for the women in the audience to go, oh, look at Kaya. Kaya is so cute. But now the dog is considering moving slightly out of frame.
During a
for-
time where
yeah.
Hassan is in the middle of a tech-related spurg fit.
Yeah. So he's also pissed off.
Of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same
like a
reason
little
as to why.
Now the dog steps on the pad.
Kaya, please just.
He saw that. He must be looking in his viewfinder or whatever, you know.
And the dog's
He saw
moving
there.
back. The dog is moving back onto the little diocese. It's not a pad. It's a full-on like little raised diocese.
Yeah, it's a little mat, whatever. Yeah, it's a little
Dais.
thing for the dog, a dais for the dog to sit on for people to look at. So immediately he sees
The dog is returning
one
to its
paw,
position.
took one paw off of it. He sees it, and you can see now. He looks like he goes to reach for something, right? Check his left hand.
Yep.
He sees the dog once paw off of the pad. He says something and then reaches for something.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
Come on. What the fuck?
It
People
was
are saying
already
that
back on the pad.
It was already going back on. You heard the yelp. He clearly reached for something. Looks like, you know, that's
You
the
could
shock
hear the
collar.
crackle.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're supposed to get around this.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America. Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
I'm sorry. What? How is that not what happened? Or am I supposed to just not believe, or, you know, distrust my lying eyes? He clearly shocked. He's culturally Muslim. Dogs
and pumped full
dirty.
of fucking finasteride.
Well, that too, yeah. But like, you know, they think dogs are unclean. I don't know what else that's possibly supposed to be. They're saying, I don't even really know what a dew claw is. They're saying that she stepped on her paw wrong or something.
The exact moment that he slaps a fucking button.
Just the same reason it looks like he reaches for something. Just totally coincidental.
Dogs don't make
It's
that
possible.
noises for no fucking reason.
Yeah. So yeah,
You
she
can
yelled
see the
because she clipped
fucking
herself.
diode on the side of the thing.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too, right? This is he
You can
claims
see the
this is not a
massive
shock
metal
collar.
connector.
This is not a shock collar. Do not believe your lying eyes. This is not a shock
That
collar.
metal that round white disc is either
Yeah.
it is either an actual metal diode that is the conductive point for the shock collar, or that is a separate like Apple like tracker. That is the GPS tracker.
It's pretty fucking big, and there's other pictures of it too.
Yeah, it's like
It
the
is a
size of
large
a
device.
it's like the size of a small person's fist.
Yeah.
You don't get a noise like that out of a creature as the size of an Chaka.
Yeah. As Tectone says, I always wondered how Hassan kept his dog behind him all stream. And it is. She's always there just sitting on that bed behind him. Well, looks like maybe he's using a shock collar to keep her back behind him so he can farm Twitch, you know, chats or whatever. People are, of course, disgusted by it. He denies the accusations, saying, I'm incredibly abusive to not only the best trained, but best behaving, most spoiled dog on the planet.
No, mate, that's you.
His response was to call the dog spoiled. By the way, actually, let me go back to the clip here for a second, because he also shit talks the dog. I cut it off early, but like, just because we got the key part. But no, it is important to keep listening afterwards.
He's just fucking.
I don't want to see it again.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
He just shocked the dog and then calls it a baby. And
That's a
complains.
dog thing to itself. I'm gonna tear that little cunt's neck out in his sleep.
Yeah, and he's been screaming for hours, so yes, the dog probably is stressed and wants to get out of the situation.
Literally is so incredible.
Even his chat is in like open revolt, unsurprisingly, because
Well, no shit. This is
even
Yeah.
the Hassan ball washers have been listening to this retard fucking whinge and bitch and moan about how hard it is to be a fucking millionaire in Los Angeles, getting his prick sucked under the table by a fucking 14-year-old or whatever the fuck he does on a regular basis.
Right.
And
yeah,
even his deepest ball washers are in like open fucking revolt
Their
against
only
it.
response is Trump is a pedophile. But to do anything but address this.
It's going viral that they're claiming that
They're claiming, yeah.
well-trained and the most spoiled, best kept after dog on the planet is actually being
It's so
abused
pathetic.
by me, apparently.
Yeah, we all saw it, asshole.
Because I gave her the place command while she was getting off.
You were not.
And
That
then
you did. You
she-
objectively
Also,
did
okay.
not fucking do that.
Yes.
You didn't.
Come on.
You didn't. There's no command given, was
She
there?
was on her way back onto a little dais there.
Just from a look.
when you-
Just from a look from him, because the dog's been clearly
Yeah.
trained.
Dogs don't yelp like
In a way.
that for no fucking
No.
reason.
And what's
Ever.
more, even if that were the case, you are forcing a fully grown Tibetan Mastiff, a creature
To
like
stay
200
still
pounds,
for
to stay
hours.
whilst you shriek and bitch and moan at people who aren't there.
About the internet, about your internet connection. Holy shit.
Keeping an animal that size in a room that size is already abuse.
I know. It's crazy. But that's, you know, there he is. Yeah. Oh, she's so spoiled. And that's the insane part. Coming back the next day or whatever to talk about this. Or maybe it was later in the... No, it must have been the same stream because he's got the same shirt on. And, of course, articles and reports started coming
Here's
out
a question.
about it. No,
Those of you at home,
spoiled.
those of you who, God help you, happen to live in California, if you know the local, like, Society
People
for
are-
Prevention of Cruelty for
yeah.
Animals, now's the time to call.
Yeah, nothing will happen to him, of course.
And if you fucking hammer them with calls until it happens.
Maybe. I highly doubt it.
Shadows
He's
don't know she
protected.
broke the other beds. Yeah. She'd broken the previous bed.
She's a fucking Tibetan Mastiff. She's the largest breed on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So that dog is being abused. 4-hour streams every day of Hassan. I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yes. I'm still using it as a fucking mascot.
And I...
Yeah, well, he's petting it right now.
With
Yeah.
a dog the wrong color, I might add.
Crazy haters.
Why is it the wrong color?
Because the Tibetan Mastiff is ginger.
Oh.
It's red haired.
Muslims have a thing about that. They can't have, like, it's that they definitely can't have black dogs. And they're not supposed to have any dogs, but they do anyway. But it's the black dogs in particular.
They said you shocked her with a button. Yeah.
Yeah.
In my evil villain lair.
Yes, what else would you call
We
this?
all, dude, it's so fucking stupid. Yeah, am I evil villain? Yeah, everyone
It's,
saw
it's
you
the
do
usual
it.
bullshit, like pseudo-satanistic horseshit that the fucking California crowd will do, which is they'll admit to something sarcastically and it won't count towards their karma.
Which is what he's done this whole time. So it's just fucking disgusting. You know, and oh, here we go. It is a pattern of behavior with this piece of shit. Okay, I've had some of the other stuff. Oh, right. Yeah, it is just here. My bad. Are they all in here? No, I got another one too. So,
It's not Uncle Ruckus.
yeah. So there's this one of him admitting to owning the shock collar, while of course eating.
My old roommate wanted to use a shock collar for fish and
Not for a fish. They're fucking weird leftoids. So the dog's name was Fish,
his dogs.
or is a guy named Fish? I don't know, something
and
else.
his dogs barking. I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it.
I have it still. I bought it.
They are incredibly effective.
That means he's used it.
That means that you've used it, yeah.
Sounds like it, at least. So I don't know who this woman is, but some guest he had on, and she noticed that the collar is way too tight.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we can.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like,
No, he hasn't even changed the sizing on that collar since she was like,
or something.
Probably put that
Yeah.
collar on her when she was a youngster and never changed the fit on it.
Look at that poor dog looking up at him like that. You know, he's such I can't stand this guy. You know, he deserves whatever ends up getting him. But here he is. You know, this is fucking insane. This is him talking about getting the dog in the first place, getting this designer breed.
Just such a lib ass, like, oh, dude, please don't get a Frenchie. I just wrote a Vox article talking about how problematic they are. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know they have breathing problems.
I don't give a fuck if the dog is in pain. What a lib shit opinion. I don't care if the dog is horribly inbred and in pain.
I know they're incredibly fucking inbred. I don't give a shit. I know. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. This is a dog. It's just such a lib ass.
Yep, I don't give a shit. Just a dog. I mean, that's his fucking opinion, right? I don't know what else you're supposed to take away from this. However, something interesting also happened today, is that today was supposed to be the day that there was going to be a House congressional meeting with the CEO of Reddit, Twitch, Discord, and Steam, which has been postponed or canceled.
And what did
I don't
Madam
know what that
Savvy
means
say?
exactly. Oh, sorry, say again. Yeah, but how
What did Madam
interesting that
Savvy
this...
say?
Do
what did Savvy say?
you think
Okay, smart
they
promise
got
stuff,
those
yeah.
companies to flip, particularly
know.
Discord, Reddit, and Twitch? That the government
Well,
said,
overwhelmingly
I don't think
left
Twitch is
leaning.
flippable.
you know, that's a nice company you've got there. It'd be a shame if anything happened to it. We want information on all these like far leftists and 764 freaks.
Yeah, and the night before, Twitch's most first of all, like I said earlier in the stream, Reddit's in deep shit. They're being all of their stuff is going to come out in Discovery about them essentially just allowing not even allowing, but actively facilitating harassment on their website of private individuals by supplying moderators with a paid-for service to help them scrub their information off the internet. They admitted to that in their own legal filing. And now with Twitch, just like, again, 12 hours before this, they had the guy that they have bent over backwards for to allow him to spew insane far-left terrorist propaganda on their website, shocked his dog on camera in front of everybody. All of a sudden, yeah, maybe they're trying to make a deal in private and not do it in public? I don't know. Maybe.
They knew they were about to get their fucking nuts dragged through the glass.
Yeah, maybe. I thought I don't know how insane this is.
Let's end on a fucking high note with these fucking harridans.
I've not seen it. If it's no good, it's no good. We'll turn it off. But it heard it spiral into an unhinged 5-minute meltdown. So let's end with the heartbeats again. And see if there's anything funny here. If it's no good, we'll hang it up. But let's see.
So earlier this week, music superstar Bad Bunny announced.
Calm down.
I don't know if I can already make it. Oh,
my God. 6 seconds in, one D&D turn in, one combat turn into this, and all of us have just felt our cringe reflexes have kicked in so hard, my face is clenched into a fist.
All right, let's see.
Did he just try and dab really badly?
Anyway, he announced that he's headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. But Homeland Security advisor Corey Lewandowski just told conservative
This guy's a lunatic, this Bad Bunny guy, by the way. He's also like a complete leftoid freak.
Podcaster Benny Johnson, who else will be too. Watch.
Will ICE have enforcement?
There was sort of an attempt to make that line come out there, Joy, but I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck she
at
just
the
said.
Super Bowl for the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show?
Benny, there is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people who are in this country illegally, not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. We will find you, we will apprehend you, we will put you in a detention facility, and we will deport you. So know that that is a very real situation under this administration. It's so shameful that they've decided to pick somebody who just seems to hate America so much to represent them at the halftime game.
We will arrest you, but they hate America.
Rose,
okay.
Not the Super Bowl.
Yeah, not the superb owl. No, my superb owl. No way.
No. It's the Super Bowl.
Right.
No, it's
the Super Bowl.
The largest colon of the year. I can't believe it. The holy Super Bowl.
Terrible.
So Bad Bunny has spoken out against Trump's immigration policies, and he even refused to do a nationwide U.S. tour because of ICE raids. Now, is that why they're sending ICE to the game? They're mad at Bad Bunny, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and the whole idea that he hates America, put yourself in his shoes for a second. These are his fans coming to his concerts. We have all watched, no matter whether you support it or don't support it, what people are doing right now. They're showing up in businesses. They're showing up at games and school, wherever it is. And we're watching all of these clips from local news to national news. It's common sense that someone who loves their fans would not say, don't let me be the bait and switch for you to be here and put yourselves in danger. Yeah. So that is not I hate America. That is.
This guy's said pretty overtly that he hates America before, but okay.
I actually am caring about the people that support me and my music, and I love them, you know?
He's still going to take the money or just perform at the Super Bowl. But yeah, don't watch out for ICE agents there, I guess.
There is no doubt that the Latino community.
Oh, thank you for telling us.
Because listen,
Anna Navarro.
You know, at a time when you see Latino immigrants being racially profiled, when you see immigrants being hunted down like animals, when it's been a really
I just hate about this woman. Like, it's just she is always the. I get that too. She is always the victim in every single fucking scenario.
Of course.
Oh, would someone please think about the fucking Latino community? Stay in Mexico, you fucking jackasses. You're trying to invade to California and just went like, I am Mexico for... Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
For the Latino community,
No, don't send me back to the place with all the Mexicans.
Yeah. That Bad Bunny is going to be in that huge stage representing gives us something to be happy about and to celebrate.
Well,
because he hates America. That's why. Because he hates America.
If there's nothing to be happy about, fuck off back home. Go have fun with the cartels.
Yeah, if you hate it here so much, bye.
You know
What did you spend 15 grand on average per person to get smuggled across the border into fucking hell?
Yeah.
The more mad they are, the more gleeful I am. So the fact
Well, here you are on cloud nine, bitch.
racist snowflakes are having a meltdown, that Bad Bunny is going to be there, I have news for them.
I mean, I've never. Maybe people are having a meltdown. I've not seen any of this. This
Why
is the
are
only
you
meltdown
wearing
related
the
to this I've
hoary
seen.
hoop earrings, you fucking trashy bitch?
It's a Latina thing.
Yeah, the hoops.
Bad Bunny was already in the Super Bowl halftime. He was the guest artist with Shakira in 2020. And you know what? None of your heads exploded.
Looks like Sam Hyde playing Ali G.
You're
It really does.
when somebody says another racist hand to hold.
The Supreme Court.
Federal
Agents can get you and question you if you are speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Or if you look Spanish.
Yes.
They can.
None of them look Spanish. Fucking Spanish.
Mexican. Yeah. this is very.
If someone from Spain came over, you wouldn't fucking know they were Spanish.
Cross yourself, Anna. Yeah.
The only reason you'd know
Don't
they're
worry,
Spanish
God's
is
not
you
looking out for
reflexively
you.
fucking kneel by them.
I want to read that because I don't think people know that the Supreme Court itself is racial profiling.
What do you expect them to do? Yeah.
In other words, the Supreme Court has more diversity than your fucking panel, bitch.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
About a month or two ago, it's a despicable precedent that they've set.
Set, not
But
sent,
I
you
will say,
twat.
as
she did
someone
fix
who's
herself.
Puerto Rican, I'm going to be watching Bad Bunny. I'm going to be understanding everything that he's.
Now, I will say this. I have a deep, unabiding hatred of races that start singing and dancing in regular
Yeah.
conversation. If you
So-
break into a musical number, I'm just going to assume you're a subhuman and call it a day.
So he's good because he's bilingual, because he's got music in Spanish. Cool, good for you. That's very important. I mean, isn't it insane? You know, wonder why a bunch of illegals would want to show up who are also from countries that speak Spanish to listen to someone sing. It doesn't really matter. It's just crazy that they have to do this little show and
A lot
dance.
of people there because, by the way, even though the NFL tickets are $6,500 on average per a piece.
Yeah, and if you're an illegal immigrant who has that kind of money to pony up to go to the Super Bowl, I think you need to be fucking deported.
Guess what? American search sessions for travel to Santa
I mean, I think they should all be deported, but sure.
Clara in February 2026, where this is going to be held, surged 501% this week. So there are going to be a lot of Bad Bunny fans, myself included, enjoying the Super Bowl.
So you and like
be bringing a lot of
10,000 drug dealers.
I mean, I've never heard of this fucking guy,
money
honestly.
to the mainland of the United States. And I would also like to just
she's admitting that a bunch of fucking illegals are going to be there. We're bringing a bunch of our money.
Remind everybody that
I'm not saying she is, but you know, an illegal. But I mean,
This
that's kind of like they're why do they
entire-
keep making these arguments. You know,
This entire thing
To
is
totally
just one
explain.
massive ice sting, isn't it?
Yeah, to just explain
thing-
in detail why Trump is
This
doing it.
this thing will be Mexico's Gallipoli. It's gonna be a fucking meat grinder.
Bad Bunny doesn't hate America.
They're gonna crush each other in the fucking trample, I guarantee. This will end up with a bunch of Mexicans trying to run out of the stadium all at once. They will crush each other by the dozens. This will be like the fucking the disaster Liverpudlians had. This will be a bloodbath. If you go to this fucking event, you might as well just put your fucking neck in a guillotine.
Ricans are also American.
Wow, good for you.
I love that.
Not worth annexing.
Jesus Christ, how does anyone actually watch this shit?
I don't think anyone does.
Having an
Actually
IQ of
hurts my brain.
75.
I guess.
So when we talked about this earlier this week, I don't think I realized how big of a controversy it was.
You know what's amazing? This woman is
That's the
younger
whole
than I
thing.
am.
Yeah.
She's like 33.
She's younger than me.
I mean, she looks good, but she does look older than that. Yeah.
What's that? Well, it's like people are like asking plastic surgeons, "Oh, how old does this woman look?" This woman looks like every other. Like she could be any age she wants. She's gonna look like she has plastic surgery.
Yes, yeah. Well, you've had plastic surgery,
right?
yeah.
We're just absolutely
You're wearing a
losing our
mask.
minds over it. And what's
You don't have a face anymore.
the NFL is a massive money-making operation that makes
Not
absolutely
anymore.
no business decision.
Yeah,
like
not
it.
anymore.
There's no way that they're like, oh yeah, Bad Bunny, that guy. That's how we're going to do it.
$25,000 a ticket.
Who wants to go to see some guy who hates America
You-
at
you
a
see-
big American sporting
You,
event?
you watched the did you hear the incredulity in the Jew's voice as she was informed $2,500 a ticket? Are you dense? Look at her.
way.
She's
Yeah.
she's kvetching.
Yep.
This is also the most lucrative night in football. 191 million people watched in 2025. Yeah. They sat around and they weighed the pros and cons. And what are the pros?
There's a lot of cons involved.
One of the highest
that's-
grossing
yeah.
tours by a Latino artist in history. He's been the most.
Had to put a caveat on that.
To which I say, who? I have no idea who this is. No, I don't think a single
No.
person here knows who the fuck this dickhead
I
is.
have, other than that, he
I
hates
didn't
America.
know who he was
essentially.
up until just this fucking stream.
Yeah.
This
No
is.
idea who the fuck he is.
Other than that, he
This
hates
is
America. That's like his thing. That's
I
part of his
honestly
shtick.
thought it was a female by the name.
Yeah, you would think with a name like Bad Bunny, a porn star name, but yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple
I'm
years.
pretty sure
more
there
streamed than Taylor
is a
Swift.
porn
In the
star
NFL
called Bad Bunny.
It's spelled differently.
B-A-H-D?
Yeah, it's
Is
spelled
that-
like.
Am I hallucinating that? Or wasn't there like a whole thing? She turned 18
Yeah.
and there were like all these like horny
Was it-
simps being like, only fans.
I don't know if it was all the same one, but there is some porn star whose name is Bad something, and it's
I
bad
imagine there's
is
many of
spelled
them.
strangely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take one for the team and Google this. Oh dear lord. Yes, there is. She apparently specializes in pregnancy fetish. I did not know this. and now this is on my search function. Thanks, folks.
That explains the bunny thing.
People don't realize.
Is the bunny spelled with an I by any chance?
BAHD by the looks of things. That is
Yeah,
a fucking,
bad,
also
yeah.
a face like the back end of a fucking shuttle bus. God damn.
There was some story about her a couple years ago.
They're
Yeah.
now taking games all over the world. So bringing in an artist to do the halftime show who has a huge world following, not just in the States, is good business.
Couldn't have thrown Missy Elliott another fucking.
It also sells. The
gig.
engagement on social media of
So yeah, that's the. Thank you. You've identified the real reason they've invited this dickhead. Or they've paid.
He
They're
looks
paying
like
this
Colin
dickhead.
Kaepernick's fucking half
He
brother.
does. But that's why they've got him here, is to get people talking about it. I still have no idea who this guy is, nor do I care. But they've got a whinge about, No. You absolutely cannot arrest illegals for any reason. They're just whinging about it.
rage and freaking out when he performs
Who's
at the
freaking
halftime
out?
show is going to drive so much traffic into the NFL.
And good music is good.
Yeah, this is great PR for the NFL. It really makes people who can afford that kind of shit want to spend their hard-earned dollars
Yes,
on it.
because that's what a sport need when it comes to a bunch of men kicking the shit out of each other. 5 fucking women gagging over the fucking halftime show.
Yeah, that's exactly. This is a sporting
Fucking
event, ladies.
retards.
You could have probably got Creed again.
Yeah.
Where I don't know every word, but I know it's good.
I don't even know what it's about, but I know it's good.
And
My
my body
God.
doesn't stop moving.
Oh my god, this is
Try to make that
this
a singular
is so
lane.
embarrassing.
White
people
were doing the
Macarena.
Oh,
Oh, we have to pronounce it like that, don't we, Anna?
I know the Macarena too, but I love.
I'll say this. Can't we just not get the motherfucker who made my number 5? We can't get him. Like, we can't
No.
get someone who anyone knows
Despacito.
anything about.
Can you take me higher? You're preferably hanging.
But I don't
Yeah.
know what they all.
Oh, just me psycho crushing myself into a noose to fucking Creed would be a fucking good way to go out. And especially at this point, good lord.
Yeah.
Good.
I think
So I know what Despacito means, but not the every lyric in
I
between.
think Corey Lewandowski just wants an excuse to be at the Super Bowl to watch Bad Bunny. Yes.
I don't even know who the
God damn it,
fuck that guy
her
is.
voice broke.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is all gay. Get it there,
very
gay.
much.
Hey, love, you want to fucking calm down the
Yeah,
trend?
yeah, sorry for
I
torturing
now
you
have
at the
another
end.
brain tumor. Thank you very, very
You're welcome.
much. Well,
And now
I'll
we
send you
all-
the insurance bill.
Yeah, we all have another brand new brain tumor. Sorry, Robert, the electricity producers. Please don't show the video. I'll do anything. I'm sorry. Michael, the Dover Dad producers. Bill, get the mace. I will meet you in LA. And Kizza for 5 pounds says, people forget Tibetan Mastiffs were bred to fight tigers. If that dog revolted, Hassan would be mincemeat. Hassan should be terrified of this fact. Yeah, he's not. He thinks that, but he thinks that little shock collar is going to protect
Mastiffs
him.
basically the size of like fight fucking massive felines. Yeah.
The Tibetan Mastiff is bigger than the Ovchaka, and the Ovchaka bites bears to death.
Jesus.
Like
Yeah,
Kodiak
they're
bears.
war dogs.
They are legitimately
Yeah,
the
yeah.
war dog of Tibet.
Yeah.
Fucking unfathomably gay. Alrighty, guys, that was all I had. Hey, Newsfist, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Don't
and for
worry.
hanging out. And I'm sorry about the tumor, but you know, hopefully
That's all right.
it'll clear up on
this
its
was a
own.
long stream. 4 hours. Thank you for having me on, Aiden. Though I appreciate it. Thank you, chat. Come along to the stream on Friday on Rhetorically Defective's channel. It should be a rockin' good time.
Yep, I have the link up there the whole time if you want to go check out the channel. And that's I think that we got everything. Yep, that's it. Thank you guys